instance, if I could be a service to a 9-year-old girl or a 19-year-old woman or girl who wants to be a woman, is to really remember that self-love is the best way that you can receive love from anybody else, because it's coming from you. A lot of times we forget that. We look externally for this love. We look externally for this feeling of validation and adoration and approval, and it has to come from within.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Hey, buddy. So, as above, so below, we can be found Malcolm X exclusively right here on the YouTube channel. This ain't that network, also known as TATN. Trying to make a way in the game of life, trying to make a play. I'm just a kid from Chicago. Yeah, gonna show you Tifa's. You might as well rep your own brand. Okay? TATN. It's your co-host 9 Mills, also known as Self. I'm just a kid from Chicago. Where down, Chi-Town. Repeat after me. I am greater than my excuse. I am greater than my excuse. I am greater than my excuse. Today is Hump Day, June 2nd, 2021. As always, we like to acknowledge that you cats can be any place in this vast universe. And thankfully, we all school chose to be here together. Here together. Yes, sir. What down, what down, what down? Toy Wordsmith. What you manifesting today, bro?
Love. I'm manifesting love. So, how about yourself? What you manifesting?
Man, love, G. Pure, unfettered, sometimes tough, yet always necessary. Love, bro. What's going on the south side of the second city today, bro?
Man, I was coming to the crib and I don't know exactly what happened, but the police had that whole Jackson Park, the inner drive, completely blocked off
Mm-hmm.
and was towing away a police vehicle. Guess I have to read about it or something, because I couldn't find out what happened yet.
You mean over there where they have the house picnic? What they call that?
It's an inner drive though.
Chosen few.
Chosen few.
Where they have the chosen few at?
No, on the inner drive. That's on the outer. Like it's called. It's like when you get off of Lakeshore Drive at 57th Street, and you swing around and come back south. Cornell Drive. That's what it's called. Cornell Drive.
Yeah, on the other side of the museum, exactly where the chosen few picnic is.
Yeah, on the
That's
other
the
side
exact
of
spot?
that. On the other side of that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I must be. I don't know what I'm thinking. Because remember, I used to live right on Cornell.
Right.
Okay. Maybe I misunderstood. So. All right. Well, you said maybe they're just setting up, bro. Maybe they're just setting up something. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
No, it didn't look like it. It was stopping all the traffic at all the areas. It looked like something happened.
Okay. All right. Well, man, today we got a guest in the building. Man, happens to be one of the regulars. We'll explain that. Yes, sir. So what we like to break down and tell everyone what they can expect, and the show always exceeds any expectations. But we're going to talk to E. George Perry. We're going to learn where this silverback, where this actor, where he came up at, okay, how he learned how to move. We're going to see if he's going to be inducted into our Give Back gang. Give back, not get back, people. Huh? We're lexicon changers. And we're going to go over the More Growth and Development program, which is about unity, people, emotion, for the love of everything we love and all our ancestors. Stop killing. And we're going to talk about how he moves professionally, and then we're going to go over the proprietary name game. That's where you get to drop names, and no one's going to call you suspect over it. You're going to get a nice little conclusion from myself, and then we're going to get this into my favorite part of the show, which is the co-host Tory Wordsmith's final words, where he puts everything in a nice little bun. And somehow he manages to do that. Before you do your thing, self-love, I want to just jump into the announcements. You cats, first off, please like, share, subscribe. Let's get them in here. We're going to have some great information. We're like mentors for the mentor list. That's one of our goals as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. One of our production mottos is you never know who's watching. It could be a kid, right there with a bottle of pills right there thinking about swallowing those things, or it could be somebody who can, pay for this whole show. And Self Love and I have everybody do all the production work, and right, yeah, and then we just, yeah. But announcements. All right, we said announcements, not dreams. Yesterday we did a show on DNA, which we'll go over real quick. But I did want to just close it out. I forgot to do some things. Just so you guys know, those ancestry and me tests, if you've taken it, we did a show on it yesterday, so check it out. The top cyber gurus, many of them, they won't share their DNA with these places. So we forgot to mention that yesterday. And also the fact that the biometric info, that's the DNA data, is now being digitized. We kind of scraped on that Self Love, which is what makes it hackable. And the potential for designer biological weapons targeting particular race, subset, snippets, etc. Self Love did touch on that. You touched on the gene editing and its ethical implications. Um, and then we didn't go over mandatory DNA. We scraped on it, but we didn't go over it. But so we'll have to revisit that. So yeah, but if there's anyone out here related to today's shows, any actors, producers, um, any silverbacks or silverbackettes, from Chicago, uh, let's talk about it. We want to know where you're at as well. So let's put that in the chat. If you got any questions, have those ready.
Get them ready. Let's get them in here. We're building this nation organically, and we need your help. Get this link to all like minds. All like minds, so together we can shine. We're doing it organically. We're doing it right. We're not no bots. We're not paying for no views. None of the above. As usual, we got a little housekeeping and a very important video. Very important video. More growth and development is what we're building our nation on. Pay close attention to that. Before that, though, we have the Self Love Show quote of the day. When you're good at something, you tell everyone. When you're great at something, they'll tell you. When you're good at something, you'll tell everyone. When you're great at something, they'll tell you. Sweetness, number 34, Walter Payton, rest his soul. So pay close attention to this video. Be at you shortly.
Greatest football player ever.
Silverback More Growth and Development Platform. Number 1, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists.
Yes.
3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, shine a light on positive influence. 5, heal our community one person at a time.
Let's get them healed.
6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen.
Let's close the gap. Let's get the gap closed. Yeah, so as I kind of mentioned, we had a show, we unpacked Genius and Us. You can catch it right here on TATN. The show ran about 2 hours yesterday, the live stream, and what we did was we discovered that you need to watch it to find out what we unpacked. Turn so.
Yep. It's great information, and it's a lot of it. It's a lot packed in there. Get in there and check it out so we can grow this thing out there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we're getting a lot of feedback from different supporters. So one thing I do want to mention, sometimes Self Love and I, we can run over. This is a long form podcast. Just do know we want you to watch the entire show. However, You don't have to, stay up to 1, 2, 3 a.m. This same link will be active, tomorrow, the next day. You may click on it, and it may say it's not active for a little bit of time, but stay with it, right? It's going to be the same link, and you can resume watching from wherever you left off at. Um, but most people have no problem sticking to the end because it's a gem factory over here, so to speak.
Facts. Facts and more facts.
That's right. Facts, facts, and more facts. So yeah, you guys. So man, Tori, I don't know if you saw um, the Karen that got herself on the probably is going to get herself allegedly on the permanent no flight list out there.
Not sure. I'm not
But
sure.
I know you stay pretty unplugged. So whenever production is ready, you guys can go ahead and get that going. Yeah, this is yeah. This Karen decides she doesn't like her privilege anymore.
It's the sickening moment a female passenger repeatedly punches a flight attendant. Another passenger steps in to come to her aid. Moments later, the flight attendant is seen with blood pouring down her battered face. She lost 2 teeth in the shocking attack. It happened on a Southwest Airlines flight from Sacramento to San Diego. Witnesses say it started after the passenger took off her seatbelt after landing. The flight attendant told her to keep it on while taxiing, an instruction you hear on every flight in the world.
She stood up and just punched her in the face.
So you saw the passenger hit the flight attendant?
Oh yeah, I mean, she hit her so hard.
This passenger shot the dramatic video.
It's
just sad to me that America is so frustrated right now. People don't want to be told what to do.
It's not the friendly skies anymore. Assaults on flight attendants are skyrocketing. They say they've been pushed, punched, slapped, even choked by unruly passengers. Now authorities fear there may be even more violence in the skies this Memorial Day weekend. The FAA usually handles 150 incidents of unruly passengers in a year. So far this year, there have been 2,500 cases, and it's only May.
The hostility that passengers are showing right now is unprecedented, and it becomes a challenge for flight attendants just on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
They're being called names. They're being...
So, yeah. First off, you all right?
Man, I got caught up in there.
Yeah, change your water or something.
Man,
maybe go away from the alkaline water. And,
No, I get choked up. I didn't have no water yet. I don't know what choked up. A little bit, and again, I'm trying to get to the water out there. I'm trying to beat it up out the chest.
Yeah, got some reflux. The reflux is a danger zone. Hey, but yeah, who's raising these people, bro? You think she's on pills or something?
I don't know, but that was ridiculous, bro. I think
it's an education system.
I guess the flight attendant wasn't supposed to do their job. It's a privilege. That's Karen at its finest.
Yeah, well, she rocked that flight attendant, man. I don't know who's raising either of them. Somebody's raising these people, and then when they grab you and start punching you, you sit there and you just take it. Somebody's raising them until somebody steps in between you guys. That's how they're raising their kids how to defend themselves. So
yeah, that's crazy too, because man, not knock 2 teeth out of her mouth and bloody their face. That's ridiculous. For asking her to put her seat, keep her seatbelt on.
Small ups. Yeah. So, man, but before they're not here for this, real quick, I do want to, this is more for the nation, because we do want to get our guests here, who's waiting patiently. But I know you kind of know about these cats, but these cats doing these robberies in blackface, so to speak.
Yeah.
They're committing crimes in these bogus, like Hollywood masks.
Yeah.
That you can order from China.
Oh, here we go.
We show you surveillance photos like these all the time, and maybe you recognize the person in the video, but your eyes can deceive you even about your own child.
Yeah, that's really true. And tonight, we actually show you a stunning local case that will make you scratch your head a little bit and wonder if what you just saw was indeed real.
And it also illuminates what prosecutors say is a real problem. Eyewitness accounts. They say they're so unreliable, they may just be the worst kind of evidence.
Yeah, you're still using them. You're using them right now.
In 2010, he held up multiple tri-state banks, and the surveillance video hit probably every newscast in Cincinnati.
It's something you would see in a Hollywood movie. I don't think any of us has seen anybody do anything like this. He talks about killing cops.
This is the bank robber.
We believe to be an African-American male.
Hamilton County prosecutor Joe Dieter says people were convinced they knew this guy.
We had it on video.
They pointed at the same guy, the same house.
We got y'all on video and you ain't convicted no cops.
We put out a Crime Stoppers tip. And we got about 5 or 6, 7 phone calls. I know.
Did they make the mask based on that guy?
He lives in this particular house. And when the detectives went to that house, they knocked on the door. His mom answered it. She said, "I know why you're here. I just saw on television my son robbing a bank."
This is that woman's son. Take a look. He looks incredibly like the guy in the surveillance video. Police took the son, whose identity we were not given, into custody. Then they got a call from another woman who said they had the wrong guy, that it was her boyfriend who robbed the bank, and this is her boyfriend, Conrad Zerdiak.
Actual perpetrator was white as could be. He had bought a theatrical mask from Beverly Hills, which cost a few $1,000s. And it's very lifelike, and he had it on, and it looks like the guy they called Crime Stoppers about.
I mean, his mom said.
His mother said it.
He did it.
He did it. It looked just like her son.
Yeah, because everybody looks like somebody.
Covered Zerdiak's blue eyes. Gloves covered his hands.
That just tells you don't believe what you see.
There's only so many of these, what do you call themselves? Avatars.
You can be dead wrong.
Period.
Joe Dieters will no longer take one person's word for it, ever since this man was wrongly imprisoned for rape based on one person's identification.
You can't rely solely on identification. It's a recipe for some type of disaster.
All right, you can stop this
And I think
production.
it's
He's still using it anyway.
Of course he's still using it. He was using it trying to get the black guy. He was using it then.
Facts. You know? I'm just talking this malarkey. You know,
Two things. The mom, you know why you're here from my son. You know, shut up, people out there. Shut up. Now you got you're helping. They were using that in court. His own mom identified him.
Yeah, they
and
did.
and that's all those pink people need for you to do is just shut up. Okay? Shut up. All right? Shut up. You just knew somewhere in your mind your son was robbing that bank, huh? You just because they there, your son is guilty. Seriously.
Right.
Shut up,
the video. People. Yeah. Let them do their job.
Yes.
Don't help them.
Yes. His own mama identified him.
And it wasn't even him. That's the
whole point. Shut up.
Yes. Shut up.
How many times is it not even him? You know?
Right.
And
get a full cup of shut the F up and sip slow.
And thank goodness the wife or the girlfriend of this guy was despondent.
Yeah.
She snitched on him.
Yeah. Otherwise, dude would be doing the time for that.
Yes, he would be doing the time for it. Yeah. But you know what, bro? I think it's beyond that time. And, you know, I don't think they're here to hear us go on and on and on.
Nah.
All right, well, enough of the appetizers, Noop.
Yes, come on. Feed the self-love nation's thirst. I've been looking forward to this conversation.
Facts. So if the production can roll the promo video, and we'll start with this introduction for this gentleman. And if you all in the chat can be ready.
he said Negro children are like roaches. If they're allowed to integrate
Boy.
schools, they will infest them and they will never be
Eulogizing
gotten out. Negro.
Klan.
Joe Biden said that?
I'm sure someone as smart as you knows that a student
He was
with
the
an F1
overplay
student
for the
visa
underlay,
is only
bro.
allowed to remain in the country
Yeah,
for
facts.
6
Trump
days
was the
after
overplay
graduation.
for his
Yes, but since
underlay.
I was starting grad school 3 months after, they said it was okay to stay.
Who told you that?
Person responsible for international students at
Facts.
Columbia.
Where did you work that summer?
I didn't know.
What kind of car you gonna get, baby?
So I put this vest on. It's my Ernest vest.
And stroll down the avenue.
Yeah? Push my sleeves up.
Ready for you, baby. Fuck it big. Get it, baby. Fuck it big.
Excuse me?
Hey, if
What's in the bag?
Doug, you
I
can
get it.
do some volume,
It's funny and
please.
everything, but we're not in the mood.
We got coming into the building.
We have walkies.
Regular, regulator,
Yeah, well.
Silverback. We met down at the University of Illinois. You may have seen him on Law and Order, SVU, I'm Every Woman, 2018, Pro Black Sheep, the movie, 2009.
And it goes without saying, don't waste any more of my time.
I hear that dog barking. Somebody, who let the dogs out? He's a member of Omega, Sci-Fi, and all around, real one. So if you guys can welcome us and join us in welcoming E. George Perry, an actor. Let's get some electronic hand claps going on in that chat as we get this brother in here. Get him welcome. Let's see here. I got you, brother.
What's good?
Yes. Thank you again, brother, for doing this. This man, been waiting for this conversation. The Self Love, Self Love Show welcomes you here.
Thanks for having me. What's good, y'all? We go way back.
Yes, sir.
Hey, EP, I appreciate you doing this, bro. And before we get going, as always, you know, we do the plugs around here, and anything you want to add at any time, jump on it. You know, this is you're a guest on our show, but this is the EP show tonight. So that's how we roll. We're not a debate format. How we look at this, brother, is if we don't chronologue our own history and data, then that history will continue to be chronologue for us. This will go up in the cloud, and potentially some of your descendants, family members, you know, generations down can be looking at this and like, man, so that's what it was like, you know, coming out of the wood around that time. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of what we do. But before we jump into it, we got, as mentioned, E. George Perry. He's promoting the American Candy sketch comedy, and also short, The Next Generation, and another short, Tips. And if you're looking to contact this brother, he has a YouTube, which is E. George Perry, no periods, so the letter E. George Perry. Also, he's on Facebook at E. George Perry, and then he's on IG at E. George Perry, and that's on IG. Is there anything you want to add to what you're plugging or to your contact, bro?
I think that was it, man. I think you covered it all, man. You know, those 3 projects that you mentioned, those are 3 things that I worked on that have not been released yet. So, you know, look out for those. And yeah, that's about it for now, man. You know, just stand working, keep working, man, grinding, trying to make it happen.
No doubt.
You
Yes,
know,
sir.
if anybody got work, hit me up.
Hey, so that's what we about too, man. You know,
Yes,
y'all
sir.
hear that? Anybody got work? Y'all got the contact information. Hit this brother up. Now I do want to start you out though, if you can, because then we'll let them know pretty much where you're located now. But just as a standard question, can you kind of tell the Self Love Nation You know, what city you came up in, what part of that city, and around, you know, the time frame.
Okay. Chi-Town, born and raised, south side of the city, 69. Was born around Calumet, right? Around 40, what was that? I would say like 48, 49th in Calumet. Was only there short-lived, actually, because the building that we were in caught on fire, man. As a matter of fact, I was probably, I'm sure my mama texts me if I'm wrong, about, I want to say like 6 months old. It's a fire in the building, right? On the second floor, we're on the third floor. And fire department come, well, they call in the fire department. Before the fire department get there, people were like, yo, drop the baby. Because the smoke was getting, you know, real thick or whatever. My mom was like, you know, hanging out the window trying to get air. And she was holding on to me as long as she could. And I guess when the heat got too hot or whatever, you know, some people had like blankets or whatever. And I got dropped out of a third floor window, man. And they were trying to get her to jump. She was like, I am not jumping. So she waited till the fire trucks came. And you know, they were able to get her out or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank God you fine. And she
I know, right?
Man.
I know, right? Yeah, it was crazy is that when 9/11 happened and you know, that unfortunate event when people were like jumping or whatever, my mom was like, and she been up there, she would not jump. Like she just went down in flames, like, no.
Man.
Yeah, so anyway, man, moving on. I lived over in like Woodlawn area for a few years, and then my formative years were like on Drexel, from like grade school up through high school. Drexel like around 49th, 50th. And
Hey, bro, hold on. I want to go back a little bit. So,
okay.
yeah, I used to see that watching the news. It'll be a fire normally in the wintertime, and then man, the neighborhood would come out and they had the blankets and they dropped the baby and you catch the baby on the mattress or the blanket. Bro, you blessed, man. You are blessed, bro.
Yeah, from the get-go, right? Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
From the
That's an
get-go.
amazing story, man. I was like, man.
So, can you describe what it was like being? So, you said that shortly from thereafter you moved. Now, did you move to a
Yeah.
different part of the city or what?
Yeah, not too far. Well, I was in the Kenwood area, man. I grew up on like Drexel, which is like Kenwood, a few blocks away from Hyde Park area. And you know, that was interesting, man. The street I grew up on was almost like a fault line. And what I mean by that is that next street over is Cottage Grove. If you go Cottage Grove all the way going towards King Drive.
King Drive.
Yeah, that area is called the Valley. And you know, low income, slums, folks on folks, plenty of folks.
Yeah, it's when it starts
You know?
merging into the like the low end or the Inglewood. It gets
Yeah.
weird. But what
then-
time frame? Did you say the time frame this is? What
This
time
is
frame is this? 70s? Okay.
70s, 80s, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. You had the fort was down on 39th and Drexel, like about 10 blocks. And the fort was Jeff Fort's hangout.
Yeah. You had El Rukin Temple, and you had
right there, Temple.
and you had Operation Push was down there, not too far from down there, right?
I was on that block, Operation Push.
And Bishop Ford had a church on
That's
that
an interesting
street.
neighborhood because you got Push here, you got Nation of Islam, Farrakhan, but you have Nation of Islam. And that's okay. When I say fault line, right? You got the fault line. Go this way, it's all hood. Go this way, a couple of blocks this way, you start seeing mansions. Huge mansions, right? Nation of Islam. As a matter of fact, Ali lived not too far away because he wanted to live close to Elijah Muhammad. So it's this crazy like dichotomy. I'm saying you go a couple of blocks this way, hood, go a couple of blocks this way, big beautiful homes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, while you're right there, any interactions with non-blacks, Native Americans, Jews, or pinks? Go ahead though. While you're telling that story, was there any of those people over there? Because you're kind of right there now.
Teachers. This was before gentrification and all that stuff. If
Mm-hmm.
you go over there now, it's totally different, right? But back then, non-black were probably like teachers working in the schools, you know, and after 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, whenever school ended, you didn't see any, only whites you saw were cops. Yeah. Now,
Teachers and cops.
Teachers and cops.
Who was the first United States president that you can remember, bro? That you might have heard your parents, you know, talking about, or your family, or the news japping about?
Carter. I want to say I remember Nixon.
Tricky Dick, huh? Okay.
Definitely Carter. I think I remember Nixon.
So in that area, in that zone, I know that zone because, you know, I did my time in Hyde Park, you know, so I know the zone you're talking about.
So Hyde Park starts right at 51st. 51st going south. You into Hyde Park, right? 51st Street. Once you cross Cross Road, 51st Street is named Hyde Park Boulevard.
And when you get in that park across Cottage, yeah, you kind of getting into no man's. The farther you go towards King, you're getting more and more into no man's land, and those guys will be out there in that park waiting on you. Yeah, okay. But how many times in your area, if any, can you remember hearing like gunfire growing up? You know, as a child, like as you lay your head down to sleep over there.
Guns weren't really big back then. However, I guess this when the proliferation was starting. I remember once, just kids, man, outside playing in the dirt, man. We found a gun buried in the dirt. Right in this park we were playing in or whatever, right across the street from the crib. We found a gun, but didn't hear a lot of gunshot except on New Year's Eve, dude. New Year's Eve was like the 4th of July. And you know, Chicago, when midnight hit, everybody is shooting up in the air, whatever. So, you know, cats who lived in my building who had guns, they'd be in the back shooting. So outside of New Year's Eve, not too much. You know, I knew a couple of cats here and there who, you know, owned a gun or whatever, had a gun. But you know, they fired it. I was never around if they fired it.
But in a week's time, you wouldn't hear it at all on the South Side, just for the historical record. In your area, y'all didn't hear it coming up.
Nah.
Okay. When did you get a sense of the city or that area maybe turning a little bit more, you know, more gunplay or more cutthroat? When did you get a sense of things changing there?
Maybe like around 83, maybe.
83.
Oh yeah, this is like when the crack epidemic started hitting or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, so around 83, and you're attributing it mainly to the destruction which was caused by crack, and allegedly Jeff Fort was keeping crack, I guess, off the South Side, allegedly. He had mentioned a temple, that's why I'm mentioning this right here. So, but then as soon as he got thrown in jail, the crack proliferated the South Side, and then things went down and became more cutthroat. Now, by that time, I guess you had already made it to high school, but I still always tell everyone there may not have been gunplay, but it was still Chicago and it was still the South Side. So with that being said, who do you credit for teaching you how to move effectively to get you, on to high school or even on to, college, which we'll get to later? Who do you give that credit to?
Good question, man. Parents, once you go to school, once you go to college, whatever, but I say a large influence also was just some of the cats I hung out with, man. Yeah, I just got lucky, man. When I was in high school, we would all meet downstairs. I stayed in this high-rise building, and people in that building or like neighboring buildings, whatever, we would all meet downstairs and walk to high school together, right? Kenwood, at that point, you had to test, unless you lived in the neighborhood, you had to test to get into Kenwood. I had pretty decent grades, man. I was good at test taking, whatever. Also, I got accepted into Beasley, went to Beasley for grade school, and I had tested into Kenwood. I was going there anyway, but I tested into Kenwood, right? And tested into Kenwood and took mostly my math and science class was honors first couple of years, right?
Okay.
So I used to walk to school with these cats from the hood, and every year that number got smaller and smaller and smaller. A lot of those cats, man, dropped out, right? So senior year, I had to like reinvent myself because all the cats I normally walked to school with, they weren't really around anymore.
Man, that happened to me, but go ahead, bro.
And actually some of them were, I didn't really know at the time. Some of them were Dylan, right? Just going to school, just to deal. These two cats got caught up, man, and it was on some 21 Jump Street type stuff, man. And I don't know if they had that much weight, but the papers made it seem like it was like the biggest drug bust in high school history, and
of course,
blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying?
That's when the federal government was giving out all this money, so they had to be doing something. Go ahead, bro. They had to be doing something.
Right. So yeah, man, I just like reinvent myself. Just I guess started like hanging out from cats at school or whatever. Cats looking at me like, did you just transfer here or something? Like, nah, I've been here. I've been here all 4 years, man. Like, what you on? You know what I'm saying? So senior year, I ran track. I got active, right? I ran track, and we were all sitting around the table one day, man, in the lunchroom. And cats were talking about where they were going to school. So a lot of cats was like, yo, we going to U of I. U of I was giving out scholarship money. And I'm like, man, if you dummies getting scholarship money, I know.
Were you talking about the President's Award?
Exactly. President's Award. So I was like, nah, hold on. I went back. I remember getting a letter from U of I, just never really read it. I read it, but it didn't sink in. You know what I'm saying? So I went back.
Yeah, but I got that too. That's your pre-approved letter. You don't have to do nothing but
you
sign
apply,
here.
You don't have to pay the application fee.
You don't have to even do the. You don't even have to do it.
We're giving you money.
You don't even have to do an essay. Just sign right here. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is where I'm going. I ain't even applying nowhere else. I'm like,
he had the same experience I had. Go ahead, bro. I'm gonna shut up. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, they giving out money? Oh, this is where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Now I later messed that up.
Ditto.
You know what I'm saying? Got down there, man, kicked it, pledged freshman year, whatever. Just kicked it too hard. Couldn't keep the GPA up to keep getting that award. But yeah, I persevered down there, man. And made it up. That's how I ended up at U of I, man.
Well, before you get there to college, as a silverback big homie, right? Silverback is 2 words. And we call you a gorilla, and that's spelled GUERILLA. And we say that because we're going to get our silverback, all right, reparations, okay? But as a silverback big homie gorilla, what advice would you give to a shorty or a little homie, so to speak, in your area, in that zone right now, that may not have the mentors, the resources you had, Now, I think you said something about you had positive or you had good friends around you. But what advice would you throw to a shorty today that's coming up that could say, hey, man, this can get you, out of there, so to speak?
Man, I would say try to stay in school, man. Education opened up so many doors for you. You don't necessarily have to go to college, but you gotta have a solid background, education, or whatever, to just be able to move around, man. While you decide what you want to do. Even if it's a trade, you gotta be able to communicate. You gotta write. So I would say just stay in school, absorb as much as you can, because a lot of people don't even stick with the same careers nowadays for the rest of their life. So if you just basic in math, basic in reading, basic science, man, and you can maneuver. You can be able to adapt and change to whatever is given to you. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you're saying that you can use education as a vehicle. You don't necessarily have to go to college. Maybe you can do a trade or something of that nature, but focus on education as opposed to the street life.
Right, because if you don't, then you're gonna be pigeonholed. You're gonna get the job that you got to take instead of the job that you aspire for. You don't have the qualifications or whatever, or because you don't have the education, you don't even know how to go about looking for or obtaining the info or the knowledge that you need.
You haven't developed communication skills or trade or anything of that nature. I'm gonna throw it to Self Love and for a question in this segment, and then we're gonna go from there. Self Love, it's on you, Noob.
Yeah. Coming up, how much of an influence was sports?
Oh man, our neighborhood was like Spartacus, dude. Bunch of young cats, man, every day, man. We playing football, softball, basketball. Played basketball the most. I wasn't a big baseball fan, man. I did play little league, but man, I was scared of the ball, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
can't play baseball if you're scared of the
shortstop, man.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, put me out in the field, man. I got to catch it up here, man. Like, my reaction time.
Definitely can't play that sport if you're afraid of the ball. That's for sure.
Yeah, so we played, man. Every day we was playing something, man. And like, we ain't have a lot of money, man. So like weekends, it wouldn't be a surprise if we out playing ball till wee hours in the morning, man. Wintertime, somebody normally got something on Christmas, man, or football, basketball, something, man. You would not be surprised if we was out there on Christmas shoveling out the court just to play some ball. You know what I'm saying? So we got it in, man. It's a shame that nobody from the hood, man, from the area went pro, man, because we was at it.
No doubt.
Hey, I want to
oh, you know what? I'm gonna throw in there boxing too. Like somebody in the building had boxing gloves, so we would sometimes just box, man. Sometimes if you ain't want to fight, cats be like, such and such and such and such. Cats make it ring in.
Duke it out. How many rounds? How many rounds y'all was going, E?
It couldn't have been too many, man. Maybe 3 to 5 rounds or something like that, man.
Hey, E, did y'all ever used to walk up to Ray and hoop?
We did,
we balling up at Ray, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, we went to Ray. We went to Kosmiski. Diet. I was a school over there, Diet Middle School. They used to have open gym.
Yeah.
Be careful going to Diet, man. Sometimes I get home, man.
It's in that strange zone right there.
Man, it's right in that zone. Even as an adult, we used to go hoop over there, and I felt, yeah. Did you have to park in that park? And it was, yeah. You'd have had that stick.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. And then when I got older, man, me and my boy Chuck, man, he was like one of the cats who weren't like scared to like leave the neighborhood. We would hop on our bikes and just ride, man. We would like be riding. We end up on the west side somewhere, man. And he always the like more vocal one, you know. Hey y'all, we play y'all. I'm like, come on, dude. Like, ride, man. We on the west side somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so
yeah, we'll play y'all for our bikes. Wait a minute. right. What do you mean we? They was gonna take them anyway. So I was buying us some time. Okay, so let me slide through this chat real quick. Justine J. Hall says, let's go, Ernest. Air It Out Show said, we in here. I'm the Overseer said, Las Vegas is in the building. And he said, big ups to E. George Perry. HM said, Chi-Town's finest. South Side Boogie HM. Said, you were famous as a baby. Wow. Talking about you, Ernest. And
famous as a baby.
When you I guess because you jumped out of the window and
okay.
And Talani Prince Brackett said, do your thing, E, looking good. Dude White said, what up, boo? What up, boo? Yo. He said, hollering in from San Diego. Russell Stevens said, Ernest. And then we got a question in here, though. Justine J. Hall says, what made you want to start acting? What made you want to start acting?
What up, Justine? Team Fierce, Air It Out Show, Team Fierce in the house. Man, so, all right, after college, man, come back to Chicago. After a couple of years here, I went to Columbia College, Chicago, right? And they had a program. I was in the, went there for grad school, Arts, Entertainment, Media Management. My interest was working in music at the time. And when I was in grad school, I got a job as an assistant to one of the vice principals. She was like one of the dean of students, and she was over all of the student organizations, right? So I was their assistant. So anytime somebody wanted to like, student organization wanted to do something on campus, they had to come in, you know, fill out the paperwork or whatever. I would make sure their paperwork was in order. If they was using outside vendors like food or DJ or something, I would help them fill out the invoices and stuff like that, blah, 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 blah. So this girl comes in, Terry Stevens was up. She's doing a fashion show. She's over this fashion group. So she was like, you have a model? I was like, nah, I don't do that. You know, I did maybe a couple of church fashion shows, maybe a couple of fashion shows at U of I, but you know, I didn't consider myself a model. She's like, yo, you should consider modeling. Nah, I don't do that. So every time she came into the office, because she was planning for this big show, she would ask me. I was like, I don't do that. So one day she came in with, I guess his sister who was in the show. And next time she came in, I was like, yo, who's that girl that was with you last time you came in? She was like, she's one of the models in the show. You come to rehearsal, I introduce you. So I was like, what time is rehearsal? So did that show, did not meet her. Well, we didn't click, but met another sister, whatever, blah, 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 blah. So I did that show. That show led to other shows outside of Columbia and around the city or whatever. So I started modeling. Shows here, shows there, whatever. Sooner or later, I got some pictures, man, done, and I got a little comp card done. Got hooked up with an agency or whatever, and you know, was doing that. They were sending me out on auditions and stuff. So first time on screen was when I did Love Jones, right? My credit is male model. I didn't have any words. I got another story about that, Love Jones. But
great film.
So my credit was male model, right? I didn't have any lines or anything. And then they would send me out on commercial auditions, and I didn't feel as comfortable or as prepared, you know, when it came time to like start speaking and stuff. So I just started taking classes to get more comfortable going out on commercial auditions, and then that led to another thing, and I just started taking more and more classes, and I got the acting bug, and that's how the whole thing started, man.
Mm.
I tell you a funny story about Love Jones.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Well, yeah, we want to hear Yes, I want to hear the Love Jones story himself. Let's go off camera because we want to hear this great film. Oh my God.
So check it out. So I go. There's two stories. I'm gonna try to make them quick. I go to the audition. They're backed up. I'm waiting. I'm ready to go. I'm like, damn, man, we've been here for hours, man. I'm about to bounce. And this dude comes out the room and he was like, let me see your book. So I have my little portfolio, my modeling shots, whatever. He flips through it. He's like, all right, you good, man. You can bounce. I say, hey, man, I'm here for this audition. I'm waiting audition for a movie, whatever. He's like, no, I'm with them, whatever. You know, I saw your book. You good. Like, we'll hit your people, whatever. And I'm looking at this dude like, yeah, right. This is a young cat, real young looking cat or whatever, who just happened to be at the water cooler when I was there. So I was like, man, I'm about to bounce. I'm leaving. So I left. I hit the agency. I was like, yo, some dude, he said, he looked at my book. He said he'd call. I don't know if he was with them or not. I had to bounce. Like, I was ready to go. Like, I had been there for hours, right? So I leave. I get a call from the agents like, yo, they want to book you for this movie or whatever. I was like, all right, cool. What am I doing? You cast as a model. That's all we know. I was like, all right. Boom. So as it gets closer to the date, they were like, well, you're going to be modeling in underwear. I'm like, snap. So they tell me this like 3 days before or whatever. Right? So I go out to like Carson Perry Scott, which is like a Macy's now or whatever. I bought all this underwear, right? New pairs of underwear. And I show up to the shoot. And the stylist was like, you know, you can go in there and change whatever. So I go in there, I put on the first pair. She was like, nah, not feeling those. What else you got? I go in there, second pair, nah, third pair, nah. She's like, how about I just come in here and see what you got? So I was like, I got these, I got these, I got these, I got these. She was like, those right there. She points in the corner. She was like, I want those. I don't want no bright colors, no logos, no nothing. Those. I'm like, those are the drawers I wore here. She was like, she was like, you wearing those? I was like, all right. So I get dressed. They shooting another scene and I'm just waiting. So they was like, yo, do not try to holler at Nia. She can be a bitch. Don't try to holler. I was, all right, duly noted. Boom. So we about to shoot the scene. This young dude who was at the audition, he's there. And they setting up the camera and stuff, whatever. And the camera dude was like, how does this look? Blah, 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 blah. I'm thinking he's like the intern or whatever. And they, you know, camera dude just showing them, you know, the ropes or whatever. Mm-hmm. We about to shoot and they're like, oh man, out of film. So they said, all right, give us 15 minutes. We got to reload the camera, put some new film in, new roll of film in. So I'm sitting down. They had us sit down. I'm sitting here right next to the line. I'm like, yo, I got to say something, right? So I started talking to her. She was cool, man. You know, struck up a little conversation, whatever. She was mad cool. And they called us back over. And I'm just standing there. You know, in the movie, you saw this little poster, podium or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I'm just standing there and it was like, action. So I look at her and I'm like, nobody told me like, you know, I never got any script or size, whatever. I had no idea. I was like, nobody told me what's going on. Like, what am I supposed to be doing? And then Nia Long says, you're a model. And then when I smiled in the movie, I was laughing at her like, you bitch. But, you know, I think that's what I'm But that whole thing was improv. So I just started like moving around the podium, playing with it, whatever. You know?
Hey, so wait a minute. So she said it in a certain way that made you react that way, though, huh?
Yeah. Like, you're a model.
She's probably a method actor. You know, maybe she was a character. I don't know, man. But that's like,
wow,
Hey, I'm not a model. I'm a pimp. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, right.
So check this out, man. Yo, when the movie comes out, there was an article. I think it was in the Tribune.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like Love Jones. They had a picture of the director.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, yo, that was the director? That young dude, man. He was only like 25, 26 at the time. I was like, yo.
Wow.
I was like, I had no idea that was the director, man.
Wow. Yeah.
That's ignorance on my part. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I should have been poly and connected with the brother. Like, yeah.
He was like, "You good?" I looked, whatever. You're good. You're
Right.
like, "Yeah, man,
But
whatever."
he was probably impressed that you wasn't licking boots and starstruck. You know what I mean? It's like, I didn't even know who you was. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but I do want to jump into the second segment real quick, and appreciate you sharing that.
No problem.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that. And you guys, self, as they should do what? Like, share, subscribe.
Hit the bell, share far and wide. You got to get this content out there. It's very important. We spread to like minds.
Yes, sir. Because the algorithm, we're in shadow ban, and we have to do it the old school way. We have to earn it. So we need you all to share it. If we can save one life by what we're doing here, that'd be great. If we can spark one individual to be the next Malcolm X and Martin Luther King by what we're doing here, just one over, 100 years, that would be great. So like, share, subscribe. We're going to jump into the more growth and development program. So my question for you, good brother, is what is your take on reparations? Reparations, give us a take.
Reparations, oh man. That descendants of slaves are due financially. The amount, that's hard to say, but they are due something. And I find it funny that when this whole COVID thing went down, the country was able to produce money and like get checks to everybody. Everybody got a check, right? And each year, the U.S. shells out millions and millions of dollars to foreign aid. Some of these countries don't even need our funds or whatever, but they take it. If U.S. give it, who wouldn't take it? So I think that some of that could be cut, and money can be found, man. To pay descendants of slaves. Now, before they do that, I think they should set a date sometime in the future so that people who are getting this money will have time to sit back and think, what you gonna do with this money? So you won't run out and blow it. Because if you do that, then you're pretty much just giving your money back to the system that enslaved you. You know what I mean? People just got to be more conscious about what they do with the wealth, man. Because we right now we are a nation of consumers.
Started at the bottom and still here. Started at the bottom and my whole nation's still here.
We got to figure out how to do, man. And we done some things. It's just that it's just forces against us, man. Like right after slavery. You can argue that blacks were doing better off than they were doing now. You know what I'm saying? Like we had communities, man, where people owned, acres of land, cities or whatever, and they were doing that thing. And then,
Tulsa,
White,
Oklahoma.
You know what I'm saying? Tulsa, man, I was having it all over the country, man.
Right, no doubt.
Memphis, Florida,
Chicago.
all over the country, man. I'm sure there's a lot of cities that East St. Louis, exactly. Man. And those are the major cities we know about. Just imagine those small towns that's not even on the map. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And they said that in Tulsa that the money rotated in the community 36 times before it left.
Wow.
So they were extremely wealthy. They were doing it.
Wow. That's crazy.
And I'm not sure that's not the only place that was happening.
Right.
That's for sure.
Right. Exactly. And, man, we just got to find a way to get back to that, man. Will away, start investing more in self. Easier said than done, but, you got to have the mindset first. to start making moves in that direction. Yeah.
Any myth or stereotypes regarding Black men from the city of Chicago in particular that you would like to address right here? Myths.
Myths. Everybody's not a gangbanger. Everybody don't carry a gun. It's funny, you meet cats. Like, I'm from Chicago. Like, oh.
You gangster Vice Lord.
Right.
What? You know what I mean?
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Blood or Crip. Somebody tell you from LA, you're like, you blood or Crip. Right.
Right. Or, what you carrying? Ask you what kind of gun I got, man. And yeah, it's crazy.
All right. So that we're not all hardened criminals for the most part is what you're pretty much saying.
Right. The hardworking man, the family man, the college educated man. None of those guys are recognized regularly in Chicago. You know what I mean? There's always the negatives that's being bombarded in the news. Yeah. And it's the system or the way that the city is set up that helps perpetuate that. You know what I mean? Once you leave Chicago, you realize how segregated it is, and the areas with the most violence are usually areas with the least amount of least amount of resources is, I guess, what I'm trying to say.
Okay. And for anybody who's a late joiner, we are sitting here with actor E. George Perry. And he's born and raised on Chicago's South Side. We're going to get into, where he currently is. Right now, we already unpacked the early life of this gentleman. We're going through our proprietary more growth and development program, because what we're doing here is rebuilding a nation. So that's where we are now. So this is E. George Perry, and he's plugging the AmeriKKA sketch comedy. They're currently shooting that. And then also he's he's in 2 shorts. It's
that's shot. The pilot is shot with AmeriKKA. It's just a matter of, when it's going to be released.
Oh, okay. So the pilot's in the can, so to speak.
Pilot's in the can. And
all right. Hey, well, that's sweet.
Yeah. Those in the can.
All right, AmeriKKA is in the can, and that's sweet. All right, and then we got the next generation. That's a short, and then Tips is a short as well. If you are in need of an actor, model, where he's at YouTube on E. George Perry. You can check out his work there as well. E. George Perry on Facebook, and at E. George Perry on IG. So that's where we are now. We did have another.
I want to cut something real quick. People watching who knew me from way back when be like, E. George Perry, when you get fancy? When did he get fancy?
Yeah.
E is for Ernest. Believe it or not, there's another guy in Chicago, older, whose name is Ernest Perry, actor in Chicago. So Ernest Perry, he had already had that registered with the union. So I couldn't use Ernest Perry, right? I could have did Ernest G. Perry or something like that, but I was like, that's too close, man. It was going to be confusing the public or whatever. So I just went with E. George Perry.
Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate that clarification.
Funny thing too, even before I was acting, still in my modeling phase, people would call me and was like, hey, we're putting up another production of such and such at the Schubert, which is a big theater in Chicago. And and he was like, I wanted to know if you'd be interested in doing a role. I heard you did this production here, and you're already familiar with the play. Figure you can jump right in. I'm like, who you calling for? And he was like, Perry, Ernest Perry, right? And I was like, yeah, but I think you might be looking for somebody else. Like, nah, I have no idea what play you're speaking of. One of my boys, he went to a play with his father, and he saw the name in the bill, or the play bill, and he's like, damn, my boy didn't tell me he was an actor, and he watched the play, he didn't see me come out, so he was like, damn. So he was like, oh, dude must be Ernest Perry, whatever. Right, so he told his old man or whatever, and we went back a couple of weeks later, checked out the play, and I think they were doing, there's a play called Force Continuum, was the play or whatever. Anyway, we go back to see the play, because I was like, I want to meet this dude, right? Because I'm a junior. Right? So my father's name Ernest Perry. Well, my father, you got some other dude. I believe he's a junior also. We just got different middle names, but this cat was a junior too. So I go meet him, and after the play, introduce myself. You know, hey, I'm Ernest Perry. He's like, he's Ernest Perry, whatever. And he goes down his family tree. I go down my family tree. It was like no similarities, man. I was like, that's weird. Just, you know, two cats named Ernest Perry had sons and named him Junior. You know what I mean? Which is crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
Yeah.
Hey, so we had a second question in the chat from Russell Steven, and he was asking, what does breaking into acting look like for a young man of color after COVID?
After COVID, what's up, Russ? That's my neighbor. Russ is downstairs. What up, Russ?
More opportunities, less opportunities
I think it's
post-COVID?
more, man. It's more. You have more stations doing things. You know, back in the day, it was just 3 stations, 257, and then, you know, they added extra channels, 13 and whatever. Then you got cable, bunch of channels of cable. Now you got more and more cable stations. Not only do you have cable, you have other outlets like Netflix, Amazon getting in the game, YouTube, Apple, Hulu.
Man.
All of these different entities are producing content. So it's more and more opportunities now. It's cheaper to produce stuff, you know, especially since a lot of stuff is going digital. It's cheaper to make content, and this is more and more people get into the game, you know. So it's good on that level. You know, the negative part about that is that with so much content, you know, it's like, all right, what's good and what's not good, or how do I find my audience, you know, connect that audience, because there's just so much stuff to choose from. But
everybody's pressing record.
Right, but yeah, so I think there's more opportunities out there, man. And you know, you got people like Tyler Perry setting examples. You know, you might not necessarily be a big fan of his products, but you cannot deny his business acumen and the things that he's done for the industry. You know, so
hey.
You know,
Hey,
follow that example.
He got some checks for my wife, so big ups to Tyler Perry. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, man, I just saying after COVID, you know, it's getting better, man. And you know, I'm preparing myself now, you know, getting ready. So staying ready. So I want to get ready. You know, I've been taking classes during COVID, and actually about to take some more classes. And
well, hold off on that. We're gonna jump into the professional segment coming up on. Hold off on that. I just want to just get through the more growth and development real quick, and we only got a couple more questions. How do you feel about? Well, what do you think that we need to do as a Black community to close the gap? What do you think is would be number one on the list that you think we should do as a people to close this financial gap to end the poverty?
Great question. I think as a community, we need more financial literacy, man. You know, talking about money is like taboo, you know, even amongst friends. Cats don't be talking about money, you know. And you don't necessarily have to know how much the next cat made, you know, that ain't nothing. But, you know, cats need to talk about what are they doing with the money that they do make, and offer tips and suggestions, you know, as far as investing and saving and just making wise decisions, man. You know, those kind of classes are hard to come by. Yeah, you know, just people just need to be more financially literate, man. You have all the money in the world, but if you don't know what to do with it, then you back where you started at. And, I would say that, and start investing with each other more, you know. Yeah, man, it's like, you know, we are making strides on the education level, making strides in the workforce, but people are still making moves individually, you know, and there's not enough collective action planning going on. You know what I mean? So I think it would start there, just financial literacy.
Okay. Obtain financial literacy, opt into the information, share the information. And you don't necessarily have to tell, you know, how you got the money. We're not pocket watching to know exactly how much you got. I think he's saying, you know, what are you doing with it? Where are you putting it? You know, everybody wants to eat. Let's share this information and start doing more things as a corporation, quote, end quote, or as a group, as opposed to the individualism, which has been plaguing us for the last few decades.
Right. Because they do that. The rich do it all the time. People with money do it. You know what I mean? It's the people with no money who don't do it. People with no money think, I'm not going to tell you about me. I don't want you coming after me trying to take my money, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? With the cats with the money, they share info all the time. Like, yo, how did you do this? How did you do X, Y, and Z? You know what I'm saying? You know, like we need more Warren Buffett's on the street level, just sharing and kicking out financial literacy, man. And then once you obtain that, then, you know, you start making plans, whatever. And, you know, once you get financially stable, then you can start affecting other things, you know, business and politics. Because, you know, the way this country operates, man, it's the money, man. Money talks, you know. Talk all you want, but if you ain't threatening with no money, you got no economic force behind you, ain't nobody trying to hear you.
Yeah, they can keep their knee on your neck for close to 9 minutes because you allegedly bounced a funny 20. What can black men do? This question is specifically geared towards black men. What can black men do to protect black women from being murdered, kidnapped, sexually trafficked at an inordinate pace when you compare it to any other person of color?
Well, you can start with the music. Well, the reason I said music is a lot of music shun on women or just put our women in a negative light, man. You know, cats are like being bombarded several times a day with negative messages, calling sisters, everything but a child of God. So if you hear their music all day, then, these young cats, they hear it. Then when they go out, this is what they think of women or think of sisters or whatever. And, if we're thinking that about our sisters, then they give other people license to think that as well, So we just gotta, overall, man, as a community, just be more protective. Man, I don't even know where to start with that one, man. I remember in college, man, I was at this party, and I'm guilty of it myself. You refer to the young sisters as beats. Can we curse on here?
Hey, it's the EP show, so if you're cussing, we're cussing.
It's, I don't know, probably nationwide, but we used to be like, yo, there's some bitches up in the party, man. So I remember one day outside the party, and a grad advisor for the Qs, he just had me walking by late night or whatever, and I think he was coming from studying, going to the crib or something, whatever, just happened to run into him, whatever. And I said, what's up, man? What's up, Ron? And Ron Rashawn. And he's like, what's going on? He said, oh, man, about to step into this party. And he's like, oh, yeah. I was like, what's it looking like up in there? I was like, man, there's mad bitches up in there, man.
Ah, that must have been a Kappa party, bro. But we ain't gonna talk about it. Because every time he was saying it, I'm like, that had to be the new party. But go ahead, bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He was like,
and they were happy.
He was like,
he did.
Why do you call them bitches? I'm like, oh man, it's just the saying, He was like, your sister, she goes in now. My sister was a freshman at the time. He's like, your sister, she goes in there. He's like, what if your sister's in there? Would you say that? I'm like, come on, Ron, man. Come on, Ron. Why you tripping, man?
Right. Why you blowing my high, man?
Right. I was like, all right, good point. So I think from that point on, man, I kind of like dropped the word from the vocabulary, man. And I discourage others from doing that as well. You know what I mean? But
yeah, we had a famous quote, y'all gotta stop calling these hoes bitches. Go ahead. And we thought that was, classy. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That was classy. But yes, it's I hear you, bro. I think what you're saying, and just to get it back on task, is respect ourselves and respect our women.
Yeah, we the value of women, man, and
correct.
We allow this music, man, to do that. And it's not just the music.
No, movies. Yeah.
Movies, yeah.
Almost all media.
The TikToks. But Self, go ahead and go into that comment, and then your next question or your question or two, and then it's a lot of stuff in the chat that we're gonna get into after Self Love's finished with you.
Yeah, all media. It's and it's both ways. Women devalue us too. It's a really crazy thing going on right now.
Yeah,
I don't know, but we're a lot about mentorship. Do you currently mentor anyone, and who has mentored you?
That's a good question, man. Great question, brother.
Sounds like Rod did some.
What's that?
It sounds like Rod did some.
Oh. Yeah, I never had a official, you're my mentor, whatever. I think maybe if I did, my development and status in life would probably be further along. Had I been blessed with one, but I would say that growing up, there were a lot of guys who help, fill that role or whatever. there were a lot of positive male role models. I remember growing up, there was a church right around the corner from us. And, you know, I got introduced to that by going over there playing ball. You know, they would basketball, play ball, and then afterwards they do like a Bible study or whatever. But I was around a positive man. Cats like Mr. English, and there's a bunch of other cats over there. Mr. Brack, Reverend Brown, but you know, a bunch of others.
Role model types.
Yeah, I remember one brother who's no longer with us, Mr. McCord, who's now, he was a bruh, but he passed away. But I remember once high school, I was set on going to Kenwood, but I remember him taking me around one day just to show me different high schools. He was, I think he was taking his daughter. He was taking some other kids around the high schools or whatever. I'm actually a couple of years older than his daughter. I don't remember his daughter now. Anyway, he's taking some other kids around, just showing them different high schools, like a high school tour. And these are mostly Catholic schools at the time, but he was like, yo, meet us here, pick you up, you can roll, whatever. And we checked out a couple of high schools, St. Ignatius, I think we went by Lab, a couple of other schools, whatever, you know. I was already kind of set on Kenwood, but, you know, I thought that was dope, just seeing these other schools, whatever. And I thought it was dope that he extended the offer, whatever, you know. And
yeah, for sure.
Bro.
On that first part of the question, are you mentoring anyone?
Oh, I can't say that I am, man, on the official capacity. You know, I don't like meet with anyone regularly. You know, I'm not active at the church I used to go to, Emmanuel Baptist, whatever. They had like a youth program, and I would participate in that often or whatever. We do activities with the kids and, you know, try to take on different activities outside of the neighborhood and things like that. Yeah, but I need to get
kind of
back.
similar to your experience with mentorship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I need to get back on that, man. You know, a lot of times we think like, yo, I'm not where I want to be. So, you know, I can't mentor, but anybody gonna look up to me or listen to me or whatever, blah, 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 blah. But
man,
hey, bro,
estimate,
to an 8-year-old kid, you a king. We all kings.
Yeah, and we are where we are, and we stand on that. We're
Facts.
growing, and you can't do nothing but help. You know what I mean? You know, if nothing else, then example of a positive,
right,
you know,
right. Yeah, you're right on that. Right.
That's bringing
what I need to work on.
Bringing you. You got it, bro.
So we're gonna check the chat. Tulani Prince Brackett says, hey E, what's next? Directing, comedy special, etc. What's next?
Good question, man. Tulani, hey, what's up? I don't have nothing on the horizon at the moment. I am working on a short now, actually shooting this weekend, Friday and next week. A couple of scenes in the short, Sins of Our Father. Shout out to Attica, film that he's producing. And other than that, taking classes, and I started actually a summer intensive in a couple of weeks. It's like a month-long acting intensive, whatever, with the Atlantic Acting School, which is part of the Atlantic Theater Company. So proud about that, excited about that.
Yeah, big ups, bro.
Actually, con folks over the agency KMR, Mark Measures and KMR helped make that possible, finance that or whatever. You know, I got accepted into the program, a couple other programs, but I chose to go to Atlantic Acting School or whatever. And, you know, they were like, hey,
EYCM asked the
volunteered to
same
put the
thing.
bill. So excited about that.
What's that? What was that, E?
No. I just said I was excited about that. The intensive, summer intensive.
Yeah, EYCM is asking about directing too. So maybe they know something about your next move that
I mean, that's down the line. I do want to direct eventually. I've been taking a couple of writing classes, mostly like sketch writing classes, whatever. But I'm gonna start, producing some shorts, man, and maybe direct them as well.
So when you say shorts, you're gonna be standing outside the L selling loose squares. All right, so here we go.
Short films, man. You start with a short, and then you know.
Hey, for sure.
Future lead,
EYCM said if people need to be more financially literate, going back to something you said about literacy, he said, don't we need to teach people how Black Americans were robbed of wealth? And you and Self Love are kind of going into, how, and we talk about that, EYCM, when we're rebuilding our Silverdale. Yes, we're on to that, bro, and we're playing chess, not checkers. And but that question's for you. Yes, don't we need to teach people how to protect our stuff, the history, because he says financial literacy without history seems incomplete. What do you say about that, EP?
Yay and nay. I understand where you're coming from. You don't want to make the same mistakes, but if somebody's teaching you how to make smart investments, you don't necessarily need to know I mean, the history. Shit, the history is evident. The position we're in now. History led us to our status in life, and I mean, if you're Black and American and don't know your history, I don't know, man. It's it comes hand in hand. I would hope that you learn in the history first. That history is not as difficult to learn and obtain. But yeah, history should be learned, just to be clear on that.
Yeah, and I think what you said at the beginning, or else you're deemed to repeat it. I think that's, if I'm understanding where he is coming from.
And we kind of, as you mentioned, man, we talked on that, man. But briefly, we talked about what happened places like Tulsa and Memphis and other places around the country, man, where they had wealth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, it was, taken.
Yeah. Because if you're coming in the Q house, every night during your pledge process and, and you had all this stuff and then it was taken, I believe the next day you're going to all talk to each other and talk about the history of what happens when we walk in here with all this stuff and it's just taken. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes.
We're not bringing our stuff here. We're going to put our stuff here.
Yes. This will never happen again.
Right.
And of course it will. That's the sad part. Oh man, that's the sad part. But I digress. Self Love, did you have anything else in this segment for this brother Newt?
No, we pretty much covered, everything.
Yeah, I think
more growth and development.
Yeah, I think we hammered that pretty much. And Ernest, this music here, that's by Nas. So man, you could take 6 minutes and we're going Self Love will explain everything else, but we can see you in 6 minutes. Stretch your legs, get your text, return your phone calls. And we need you for about another 45 minutes after this.
60 minutes, Dougie Fresh.
E.T. you on.
Yes, sir.
We're at halftime here. The Self Love Show. We're sitting down with actor E. George Perry, Regulator. Still need to unpack that. Yes, sir. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. Got a few videos for you to check out. And we'll be right back at you.
TNT, what's going on, my brother? God is greatest. The point of life is to make life better for your brother and your sister, like the way parents are pleased when most of their offspring love and support. That's exactly right, my brother. That's exactly right. This ain't that network rocking out with us. I missed you, man. I don't know where you've been at. We've been holding it down, having some good shows here. Where you been at? You know I'm gonna hold you accountable. You got to be in the building when we launch, but you're here tonight. So thank you for rocking out with us on tonight. Hey, listen. Somebody needs to hear. Faith come by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. It don't always got to take place in a pulpit with a preacher and a clergy caller on screaming at you. Sometimes it's just general conversation that God drops nuggets that you'll be able to pick up on. And so I need us all to rock out. That's right. Come on, my brother, always looking out for me. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. As a matter of fact, hey, fellas, y'all go check out TATN. Network, dope brother, creating dope content. Go follow him. Go subscribe to their channel. To his channel. Hey, bro, go look up Off the Cuff. That's the name of these brothers. Go subscribe to their channel. Rock.
Silence is violence, and evil's greatest ally. Those who turn a blind eye act like they don't know why. Say the police will not use such behavior. If you right, you right and have favor. But if you block, bodies pile high. Sight unseen, right in front of your face on the video screen, know what I mean? Popo lie. Fear for their life from an unarmed man. I guess he felt melanin was his weapon. They killed.
Nigga, get your hand out my pocket.
Get no charges and go free. So we need to be on our P's and Q's. Don't play no fool. The rules ain't fair. Life ain't no crystal stair. So we best prepare. Our little people, if you see something, say something. 12. Show the world we do care. So beware. Silence is violence. Get you a trip to the devil's lair.
Self Love, you done did it again, Loop. You a genius.
Please like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe if you love this content.
Man, thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid. You know, it don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the Black community, for real.
Yeah.
Like people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is. They know.
Hey, well, bro.
They so ignorant.
Ignorant.
So
hey, but this platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to
the
Chicago,
South Shore.
Great thing about it.
This platform is made
for
I'ma
give it all
The crazy.
What they don't know, I'ma be the one.
Yes, sir.
I'ma be the one when I'm done.
Yeah, production jumped the gun on the video. But welcome back to the Self Love Show. Man, we are having a magnanimous conversation. It's about building and elevation with actor E. George Perry. And man, I still always gotta, man, big ups to Trife Mac. Check his channel out, subscribe.
It's that grown man stuff.
Yes, sir, he got that real. And man, we're gonna unpack some more. We're gonna get more into the professional life and how we growing from here. It's been a blessing. I want to thank you again, brother.
Thanks for having me, man. Thank you.
Hey, and if y'all didn't know, as he said, we with E, as I call him, EPMD.
Yeah.
E. George Perry, one of the regulars, everyday guys. Went to Kenwood, and that's where I was headed until my mom made a decision. Yeah, I was supposed to get fed into there, but we don't want to talk about that. But he's plugging American Candy sketch comedy. They do have the pilot in the can. Also, there's two shorts. It's called Two Shorts. Look at that. But two short productions. The first is The Next Generation, and the second is it's titled Tips. TIPS. Do you want to give a quick description of both those shorts, bro? But before you do that, his contact is on YouTube. It's E. George Perry, common spelling. The letter E. George Perry is Perry. And then you can reach him on Facebook, E. George Perry on Facebook, and IG at E. George Perry on IG. So yeah, you want to give him a little taste of what those shorts are about, sir, and then also you could break down the American Candy sketch comedy as well, please.
Okay. Trying to get it out. I'm drawing a blank right now. You just said the name of it. Oh, Next Generation. Oh, duh. Next Generation is like a short. It's like a fan film that is it's almost like a trailer for Trying to say, can I say it? Well, it's a mock MCU fan film, whatever.
Okay.
MCU Marvel comic universe. And I'm drawing a blank right now. I can't think of Sam Jack's character.
You talking about Mr. Glass?
No. His Avengers character.
Yeah, I don't want to say Mr. Glass. He was always getting hurt. He was right.
No, not that movie. I'm talking about the Marvel joint.
Marvel, right.
Oh my God, Nick Fury. You hear me?
Yeah, Nick Fury.
Nick Fury. Yeah. I'm a Nick Fury-like character. I don't want Marvel coming out this before you come out. Inspired by Nick Fury. Yeah.
No.
So it's like the next generation. I'm recruiting the next generation of heroes.
But Marvel is more Tory. Tory know more about the Marvel characters than I do.
Yeah.
The other one, Tips. That's also like a it's a concept almost like a pilot. Person who put that together, Serena Dykeman, talented writer, director, whatever. She's putting together a pilot about these women who work at a nail salon. So that's why it's called Tips.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's tight. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah. That's very dope because it's a double entendre in there, and I'm sure it's a triple entendre. You got the tips after you get your tips done, you leave a tip. And then there's a third entendre there somewhere that is packed into the story that he doesn't want to give away. I'm just a writer. All right, well, here we go, bro. In a voracious reader. But I do want to jump into professional life. Smash that thumbs up. You guys, please smash that thumbs up because the algorithm is a dancer, as we say. And the algorithm loves it when you smash the thumbs up because we've got like 16, I think, watching and 11 thumbs up. So if you're watching on your phone, there's literally a thumbs up button. I don't think they can see that. And all you need to do is tap it. Pretty sure it's similar on your computer device. But thank you.
We appreciate it.
And share the link
mightily.
with facts.
We got 19 people watching, and if you do that for us, it.
Well, can I had Jay Green made a couple of points, whatever. Thanks on the Nick Fury, Jay Green. I'm just not saying this, but I do have a TikTok. I just never used it. I downloaded the app, but never really I need to follow up with that. But I do got some ideas, Jay Green, for some short stuff that I was going to do for TikTok. I do got some ideas, so look out for that.
Okay, well, he's answering in the chat. DJ Grilla said, EP, do you use social media platforms to promote, i.e. IG, TikTok, Twitter, or do you stay away from that kind of promotion? Also, have you considered heading out to LA? My apologies if you addressed it. So that's what he's answering now.
I have not been using social media. I need to get more active with that. I admit I need to get back on that bandwagon or whatever, and utilize it to my advantage or whatever. And I just use social media just for the sake of using it, but use it with a plan or a goal in mind. So I am going to leverage that. As far as LA, I think I'm good here for now. I wouldn't mind going to LA, but I would go to LA in a heartbeat on someone else's dime. And COVID has kind of like changed some things as far as like being seen auditioning and stuff. So a lot of auditions are taking place online. Things are starting to open back up. But I think they will continue to utilize self-tapes and auditioning people via Zoom or whatever. So, you know, you can audition. I'm here in New York and somebody's in LA or even Atlanta or Chicago. So I'm open to going anywhere, man. You know, upcoming months, I will start looking more actively into working those other markets. As of right now, because of COVID, it's kind of tight right now. They're really only hiring people who are currently in the market that the project is being produced, you know, unless it's like a movie or something and you're going to be there for a certain amount of time, then yeah, it makes sense to like fly somebody out. But, you know, they're not going to fly nobody out to just shoot for like a day or two or whatever. At least not right now because of COVID and all the, you know, restrictions and all that type of stuff and quarantining and stuff. So we'll see what happens with that, brother. Thanks for the question. And regarding comedy or drama, man, I like them both. Jay Green, I don't really have a preference. I started off in drama, was in a play, one-act play. The sister was there, Holly Harper. And she hit me up and was like, hey, I'm doing this sketch comedy thing. I'm like, I don't really do comedy, but I just went and checked it out, man, and auditioned. And luckily the guy I was paired with, he was funny, bounced off of him. And then we both got accepted into this sketch comedy group or whatever. And I think that brother only lasted like a season or whatever, or a year. And I've been rocking with them for like 10 plus years. So shout out to American Candy and Holly Harper. And you asked earlier, Mills, about the pilot we did. So we shot a pilot. We shot some videos, man. You know, we normally do live shows. That's been our shtick for about a decade, man. The live show, sketch comedy show. You know, it's kind of like SNL, Mad TV, and Live in Color, but we perform it live on stage. So lately we've been moving into shooting videos. So we shot, you know, a couple of videos, man, and put them together. And, you know, we're going to package it and, you know, shop it. So that's where we at right now, you know. Of course, you know, COVID put a little derailment in everybody's plans, but, you know, that's the goal, you know. Hope that answered that question.
All right. All right. Yeah, he was answering, EP, do you prefer to write or perform comedy or drama based? And also, DJ Grilla said EP was a mentor to me when I got to U of I, would be an awesome mentor. So you mentored him? Were you one of those night rides or guides, campus guides or something?
Nah, man, like I said, man, you know, I didn't have like official mentor, but like, you know, I was always looking out for people, man. You know, I have everybody's best interest at heart. You come to me, I was open book. You know, I was easy to talk to. Approach me, you got a question, man. I'm gonna do my best to answer it, man. And yeah, man, it's funny that I'm not funny, but it's wild that he's a DJ now. We actually met. He was at a party at the Q House. And Torn was spinning at a party, and Torn was snapping, man. I think he had put on it might have been like a Ron Hardy remix of Let No Man Go or something. It was just something. And he was like, yo, just snapping that night. I'm dancing. I stopped dancing. I had to walk to the DJ table like, yo, this dude is over here snapping. Yo, Jay Green come from the other side of the room. We both just meet at the DJ table like, yo, dude, you snapping tonight. Like, yo, what is this playing right now, man? Like, damn, we looked at each other. That's how we met, man.
Oh, wow.
Right. Yeah, and we just been cool ever since, man. And now Jay Green DJing, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, big ups.
That's what's up.
Hey, yeah, and if you guys, he actually did a DJ Grill. I don't know if it got deleted by the Baphomet, but we did a house series. He was number 1, number 2. He was number 1 or number 2 in our number 2 in our house series.
Yeah.
So if it's not deleted, you can check on TATN and the Self Luv Show. It's on a playlist. It's called Full Episodes, and you can find DJ Grilla and see who he's talking about. Big ups. I want to ask, how have you used your Chicago upbringing on the South Side? How do you think that affects you, one way or the other, professionally?
Man, I think it made it easy for me to smell the BS, man. I don't know, man. It's like Spidey sense is always on, you know. Like I can sense danger before it happens, and just common dealings with folks, man. You know, me and I would say other cats from Chicago, man. You can just spot the BS and just tell when somebody on the BS. You know what I'm saying? You might not necessarily even call the BS out, but you know that there's some BS being spoken. You're just looking, laying back, and yeah, you can be out somewhere, man, and hear something going on, and it could be somebody else from Chicago, and y'all give each other a look like, what's this clown talking about? Like y'all just both like, you know what I mean? Like, without even saying a word, like.
Yeah, I find myself like, cut it out or cut me in or cut the crap. Just give it to me straight. Right. Yeah, I know what you're saying. You don't have to give me all this BS. All right. We're going to hit you with some true false questions. Hollywood, and we're talking about the industry in general, so it could be, you know, wherever you are participating in the industry. Hollywood is a tool of the Baphomet, and every player, whether minor or major, is into some extremely weird feces.
The tool of the what?
Baphomet. Baphomet. The Shaitan. The devil. Satan.
Okay.
Evil.
No.
So it's a false?
A lot of crazy stuff in Hollywood, but I won't, I'll say no.
As every player, so that would include you. True or false? Hollywood is a tool of the Baphomet, and every player is into some weird excrement.
Oh, no. Definitely no. If it includes me, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
True or false? In the TV film industry, okay, true or false?
Well, I said no, false. To answer your question, false. My bad. False. I'm sorry.
All right. We got, all right. I got you. So the next one is true or false? In the TV or / film industry, it's more about the nepotism, meaning who you know, as opposed to what you know. True or false? Tori's got a gun to your head, and you got to select one of them.
I'm going to say,
That shows you how
I'm gonna go with
how
false.
weighted he thinks
There's
it
a
is.
lot of that going on, but I'm going to go with false.
Yeah. You know what? Let me
There's a
say
lot of
this,
that going
bro.
on.
What I've learned
It's
about
who you know.
nepotism.
I won't necessarily say the nepotism, but definitely who you know. Yeah.
Okay. What I would say about the nepotism is, you know, you have to have experience to get jobs. So as you're working in an industry, you're meeting people. And then people will say, oh, well, you know, he knows Tori. Yeah, because I worked with Tori, you know, 10 years ago at a job. And so he knows my work ethic. And that could have something to do with the nepotism when people say, oh, they just hired, you know, this guy because he knew this guy. No, they hired that guy because they worked with that guy and they know the guy's work ethic. That could have something to do with the nepotism. Let me ask you this. True or false? New York is the greatest U.S. city.
Hey, man, I'm just a kid from Chicago, man. Pause.
Here's one. True or false? Film or TV content is mainly dictated by the label / industry / producers, etc. So you take a show like, take any TV show. Are we watching it because the show exists? Or does the show exist because somebody anticipated we wanted to watch it?
I'm going to say
Content is mostly dictated by the label, industry, etc. True or false?
true.
Wow.
The reason I say that is, for instance, let's go back when we were talking about the music.
Mm-hmm.
It's negative music that's been played, bombasted, blasted 24/7 on the radio. That is not the only kind of music that is being introduced to the gatekeepers. However, they feel that this is the only kind of music that'll sell, or this is the only kind of music that people want, which is not necessarily true. You know what I mean? So you don't hear a lot of positive rap. Yeah, man, it's been produced. There's some cats out there. Yeah, I have to go look for it, but it's not on the radio.
The wholesome R&B is dead.
Wholesome R&B is dead. And, most people come up with a show that, as far as like writing TV and stuff and movies and things of that nature, most people are making content that is true to them. They have a story to tell. You know what I mean? And if you are making stuff that you think the audience wants, chances are it's going to be whack. It's going to be whack because you're catering to them instead of coming from your own truth.
Facts.
Now, some shows do make stuff that they think the audience might want. Perfect example is that back in the day, remember, I think it was UPN, and they had these crazy shows like Homeboys and Outer Space and all that kind of stuff when they were first starting. Remember all that crazy stuff?
Man, there wasn't enough weed to make me watch that.
Yeah, I never watched the episode of it either. But the reason why that is because TV is made. They make TV shows to sell commercials. That's how TV makes money. You watch it for free. We watch it for free. But in order to watch that for free, you're going to be hit with some commercials. You know what I'm saying? 30-minute show is probably like 23 minutes of content. That other 7 minutes is commercials. So that's how they make their money. So a show like UPN back in the day, that show was it was created to generate, that's the word I was looking for. They created those shows to generate advertising to the Black community. You know what I mean? And I guess they thought that was the kind of stuff that we wanted to watch.
Yeah, well, they'd have had to give us.
And you see, that was short-lived. That was short-lived.
And it comes with a free bag of weed. That's what they. And it comes with it. They'd have been with the TV guide, and we would have liked it then. We got some questions in the chat. Tashika Townsend asks, "Is American Candy planning to come back to Chicago to perform?" She said, "Enjoyed the show a couple years ago."
Hey sis, what's up? Would love to. just have to find somebody who's willing to pay to bring the crew out there. We had a ball. We went out there a couple of years ago for the Chicago Comedy Festival, Sketch Comedy Festival. But, you know, we came out there like on our own dime. So, you know, I'm from home. I would love to go out there whenever I can, but, you know, you got other people who are not from Chicago. So for them to like, you know, pay for their own tickets and hotel and all that type of stuff, then, you know, there's no incentive. So we would love to come back out there. We were trying to make that happen a couple of years ago. Maybe we need to revisit that. It's just a hard sell right now. Sketch comedy is becoming more popular right now. You got a bunch of shows that are popping up on TV, whatever. But, you know, maybe we convince somebody. Hopefully, you know, this pilot, whatever, change some minds and open some doors, whatever. But we would love to come back to Chicago. We would love to go anywhere, you know. Actually need to do like a
I guess he's saying
or something, you know what I'm saying? And get out there. So yeah, I will put that bug back in their ear. Thanks for the question.
Hey, Tashika, he's saying from your mouth to God's ears. I'm the overseer said last night the DJ saved my life. Derek Perry said, "What's up, Unc? Looking good." Reginald Perry said, "Rule number one: when someone say check it out in Chicago, don't check it out."
Right.
And what's
check
this?
it out. Yeah, check it out. Check
LBVS.
it out.
What's that mean?
What's that?
Oh, okay. And LBVS is what he typed. I don't know what that means. I see it from time to time, but I don't know what it means. All right. And then dude says, "Damn, must be a mighty thin line between who and what." Tashika said, "False. Chicago is the greatest city."
Exactly.
Agreed. By the way, she said she was at that party at U of I. Yeah, and can you confirm, was it a Noop party? Was it the Beta Noops? And then
That's my sister right there.
Ace said, we are all, yeah, I know, yeah. And Ace said, we are all just kids from Chicago. Yeah, she was confirming that she was at the party when you were saying to your advisor that it was a lot of bees, up in there. So, but Self, before I throw it to you, I want to ask this brother this, and then we'll wrap up the segment, and then we had the quick wrap ups, and we're done, bro. But I do need to ask you, it's two questions. First, excluding yourself, who do you attribute, your achievements to the most? It's similar to an earlier question we asked, but may not be like, so more professionally, more, as an adult. Who do you, credit your professional achievements to the most? It's a tough question.
It's a tough question, man.
Yeah. It can get you written out of wills. You know what I mean? People are sitting there with the pen right there. At this point, at least they're going to reduce the amount.
Right. Man, I guess the various circles that I've been associated with, just learning from the people I've been around, man, and trying to stay competitive and keep up with them and stay on top of my game.
This is a who. The who, like mom, dad, my advisor. It could be an entity. It could be the Q's. You know what I mean? It could be my,
Well,
he said it's circle.
He did say circle.
My sister.
Mm-hmm.
She's done that thing. She's been influenced. Mom, sister, my Sands. Cats I pledged with.
Mm-hmm.
Inspirational. Man, it's a lot of like.
I know it's a tough question, man. I know it's damn near unfair. I know. We might have to scratch this stuff, reframe it, because people, it's a tough question, bro, and it's always at the end too, and it's
Yeah, I can't single out like just one person right now, but there's been so many influences, man. Yeah.
And I say somebody will either say my dad or they'll say my mom right away, or it's more what you know what I mean? Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll leave it there, bro. That's cool. Who have you met, worked with, where you literally pinched yourself and you said, man, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow, or met, your Ferris Bueller, not Ferris Bueller, your the guy, the movie he eats chocolates. Life is like a box of chocolates. Yeah, that moment.
I met actually I met Ali a couple of times, man. First time I met Ali, like I told you, he had a mansion that was not too far away, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all out one day. We just playing ball in the park or whatever. And somebody yelled, Ali is out. So he about 4 or 5 blocks away. So the whole playground just stopped what they was doing, man. It was like ball bouncing, somebody dribbling. Yo, Ali is out. Everybody just started running towards that way, just left. Ball still bouncing or whatever, football still in the air, whatever was going on. People just dropped what they was doing and started running. We must have ran about 5 good blocks, whatever. Get to his crib. He's out on his little porch or whatever. Huge mansion porch. Gates was open. And I guess he had a fight coming up. I don't remember who he's about to fight, but he's been interviewed by the media. And more and more kids was just running to see Ali, get a glimpse of him. So we're all out there. And I remember an ice cream truck being out there. And we loud, we yelling, Ali, Ali, Ali. And all these reporters, they trying to get their story, whatever. So this ice cream truck blasting. And Ali, he was smart, man. I ain't think about this till years later. He was being a genuine guy, nice guy, whatever. But he was like, yo, he tell the reporters, I'm not answering any more questions until y'all get the kids ice cream. So everybody's running over to the ice cream truck, or they asking kids, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? I remember these reporters from Italy, man. English went very well. And they was like trying to ask me and my boys, what y'all want? And we're trying to tell them what they want, but they got us ice cream. And we eating ice cream and we just watching the interview. It didn't hit me years later that when he told them to get us ice cream, we shut the hell up. We were quiet, eating our ice cream so that the reporters can get their story. And so that served 2 purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, y'all get the kids some ice cream, and we were quiet to see Ali. So that was the first time I met him. Second time, he came up to Kenwood a couple of times and, shadow boxed with him or whatever. And then I just ran into him in the street in New York. Yeah. Him.
Yeah, he used to be up at Ray a lot, man. He used to do the graduations and stuff and run past there. Yeah, we used to see him all the time, man. He used to stop up at Ray all the time. And at Eisenhower, man, because his at my high school, his daughters ran for HF. And so whenever they would come, we were in the same conference. Whenever they would come play against us, compete in track, yeah, I would always see him in the limo, and the champ was always a champ from the time you 9 to the time you a grown man. He was always the champ. He always had time for the people, man. He's a people's champ, bro.
I met Jordan before. I was doing this. I was doing some stand-in work. A stand-in work is when you stand there while they adjust the lights and stuff. So when the main subject comes, they don't have to be there all day. So we were doing a shoot with Jordan. It takes like 3 or 4 hours to set the lights up and get it right. So I stood on like a little phone book or whatever to approximate his height. Right. So he was doing a commercial shoot, and he was doing some pictures and a commercial shoot. So when it's done, you know, I was asking photographers like, yo, is it cool if, you know, I hang around? He was like, yeah, it's cool. Just be a fly on the wall. Don't get in the way. I was like, yo, man, you ain't got to tell me twice. I'm good. You know, boom, boom. So I'm just chilling, stand on the side, just watching the whole thing or whatever. And he comes in and, you know, he's like, yo, can we get you anything? You know, we got water, we got coffee, we got tea, blah, 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 blah. Mike was like, y'all got any beer? Can I get a brew? So like, yeah. So do the whole thing. When it's over, stylist walks up to me with a box. And she was like, what size shoe do you wear? And I just grabbed the box, like they fit, right? And there was some Jordans that he wore for the shoot. And they actually did fit. You know, I tried them on later, they fit or whatever. But so I took the shoes and then I was like, man, you got a marker? It was this dude that young white cat intern or whatever. And he was like, well, he worked with the agency, with the advertising agency that was there. And he was like, well, I had bought a pair of shoes and then they sent out a memo in the agency saying, do not talk to Mike, do not ask him any questions, do not ask him for any autographs. So he didn't bring the shoes, but he was like, yo, she just gave you those? I was like, yeah, she gave them to me, whatever. The stylist, whatever. So my man reached into his pocket, pulled out a Sharpie and was like, yo, Mike is in that room and they about to walk him and exit him out that door right there. So I went on the outside of the door, right? I waited out there, whatever. Somebody whipped his Corvette around, had the door open, whatever. Mike comes walking out or whatever. I had the box open. I had the Sharpie ready. I was like, yo, Mike, can I get an autograph? He was like, you gonna be there tomorrow? I was like, I don't know anything about tomorrow, man. This is it for me today or whatever. And I was like, yo, by the way, man, we frat. So he was like, all right, give me the marker, man. So he signed one shoe and he signed the other. We talked for about a minute or whatever. He hopped in and took off. So then I went back in and I showed the stylist whatever. She was like, damn, he signed both shoes. What did you say to him? And I was like, I don't know, man. Maybe, you know, it's the frat thing. I told him we frat. And that was that. So I got a pair of autographed Jordans out of that deal, along with a check for being there for doing the stand-in work.
Nice. What are the shoes valued at? Have you had them valued, priced?
I've not. It was been a while since I had them valued, man. A couple of thousand. The tricky part is that Mike signed this deal with Upper Deck, the trading card company, whatever. And it's crazy, man, that when he signs something of yours or whatever, you have to get a certificate of authenticity, right? And in order to get this certificate of authenticity, he has to sign something at an official Upper Deck event. So people pay money to come into these events to get their memorabilia signed. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah,
so
well, if that's how you feel about it, I'll give you $25. I guarantee you. I'm gonna find somebody who don't need Upper Deck to put their.
So I mean, I went when I first got him. I went to a couple of. I went to a couple of sports memorabilia dealers, or whatever. But this was like.
Don't let those people talk you out your stuff, man.
Oh no, I'm holding
nonsense
on,
talk.
This was like over 20 years ago.
Signed by Michael Jordan has been proven that you was on the set with him, man, and you get people to ratify all that, bro. Man,
fingerprints probably still on them, man.
that's nonsense white people talk. Just give me the gloves and I'll give you $75. Don't listen to him, bro.
Oh no. Like I said, man, I'm from Chicago, man. I can discern through the bullshit.
Hey, I had Self. You remember I had the signed Ali gloves? They stole those from that neighborhood you talking about. Man, Ali, man, a signed glove. Those were authenticated too because I got them from WGCI, but that's another story. All right, bro. But so go ahead with your question, and then we got the quick wrap-up questions. They're the esoteric questions.
I have more of a statement than a question, bro. You know, you got a lot of stories and everything, and you need to go on and create and start making content. Spirit to spirit.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Spirit to spirit.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that, man.
You need to go ahead.
Next time I tell y'all the Heather Hunter story, man, but that's for another time.
Hey, he's like he's got a Forrest Gump life going. He's like the Black Forrest Gump, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, and Jordan, like he told Jordan, we bros, man. uh, hey, but okay. So these are the wrap up questions. Before we hit the quick hits, any myths about E. George Perry? So this isn't generally about black folks, but any myths about you that you would like to clear up that maybe, you know, somebody down the lineage, you know, might say, man, I heard this about him, you know, that you might, you know, wanted to speak on.
Nah, I haven't heard anything crazy about me, man. You know, I'm pretty straightforward in all my dealings. So I guess I ain't famous enough yet, man. When I get famous enough, the crazy stories will come out.
I heard a quote said, if they're talking about you behind your back, then what they're saying is none of your business. That's a good way of looking at life, ain't it?
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, any advice if, you know, Self Love had a time machine and you're 9 years old and you're sitting at, you know, the family table, it's your 9th birthday, and, you know, your family says make a wish, and you're right there, and you close your eyes and you wish to meet yourself in 2021. So now you're there, they blow out the candles, and you're there for that split second in time. It's an eternity for you, but, you know, split second for your family. They don't notice it. What advice would you give to your 9-year-old self?
Be fearless, and you have everything you need to succeed.
Love that, bro. Man, no fear, and you got everything. Sounds like me and Self. Well, I say no fear, and Self says we got everything in the cipher.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Real
big
talk.
ups. So here's one, and there is no right answer on this one. You might feel like a scum or a SOB, but you might not. So if you think about a person in your life that you can't see living without, that, you know, you'd rather snatch your own heart out as opposed to live a second without this individual. This individual is in need, dire need of a heart transplant. Your heart's not compatible. And you can go on the dark web through your, you know, connections. You know, maybe you reached out to Jordan and you said, man, we bros, man. and Jordan, you know, hooked you up on the dark web, you know, found you a heart, a viable heart. Now, this heart comes with an attachment because it's being provided by a poor person, third world poor person of color, somewhere on the other side of the world. My question to you is, do you pull your strings and provide that heart for this person?
You say this is a person I can't live without?
Yeah. Yeah. For a lot of people, it's a child, you know what I mean? Spouse, mom, dad. It's usually somebody like that.
Are they conscious? Meaning awake?
Yeah, it's all on you. Yeah, you can't. The decision's all on you. So I know where you're getting at. I know where you're getting at. So good question. Good question. No. So to answer your question, no, they're not conscious. There's been no conversation beforehand about what this person would want you to do morally. And you know, it's all on the DL, as they say. You know, it's on the dark web. You got the hookup. You can make it happen. You know, we all know doctors. We've been to college. We've been to a damn good school, and you can make all this happen.
Morally, I'd be like, nah, I wouldn't do that. But I'm sure if I was in that situation, I would probably be like, yo, let's do it. Yeah, man.
And anybody in the chat, if you would do it, type yes. If you wouldn't do it, type no. Bro, I used to ask that question when I was driving for Uber. When I had my more interesting conversations, longer trips, I would end it with that. And it's 50-50, bro. I swear to you, man. And you know, most people with children, I think, but don't quote me on it, you know, would say yes. But it's 50-50, man. Some cats be like, nah, I wouldn't do it. Like me, I'm a no. Self Love said he'll do it all day. You know what I mean? But then I say, well, if I'm in that situation, who knows? But for me, I'm a no. And
Logically, I'm like, no, but if I'm in that situation, I'm like, I'm like, all right, this
let me
kid
tell you why I
I
say
would
no.
never see or never meet. So that takes the
I say no because I feel like if you get it done, you save this person's life, what's to stop them from getting hit by a car? What's to stop them from now dying from COVID? What's to stop them from getting shot the next day? It just feels to me like it's a setup by the demon to get my soul. That's why I would say no. A trick bag, if you will. Question of your faith, if you believe in it,
I do.
all
I'm
that you've been
now. I'm gonna
espousing.
start using that. I'm gonna try that.
It's a good, yes. Ask that, bro. It's a man, bro. I'm telling you, it's a philosophy. It is no right or wrong answer. I swear to you. I just say, man. I just what the spirit tells me is it's a jinn, bro. I know it's a jinn because it's saying that now this person is bigger than God or bigger than everything I believe in, and that's what it's saying. And this person is human and spirit just like I am and has every right to check out when they're ready to check out. You know, a lot of like cancer patients and senior citizens, bro, they hang on and they live in pain because their family, you know, is so sad and they're hanging on for the sake of their family. You know what I mean? And it's like a lot of times when they say, no, let go, you know, and then they let go, you know. So there's that. There's some selfishness on the other side of that, bro. Self,
It's
you got
all
something on that?
selfishness. It's all selfishness. I mean, that's what we really gotta what it boils down to. Like, because the fact is, we're all leaving this matrix. We came in through a womb, a portal, and we are leaving this vehicle that we rock right now.
Wait, did you say all of us or 99.9?
Oh, no. All of us.
You know, that's the one thing you can say all, because scientifically they always let you say 99.99%, but all.
I agree with you 100%. But whatever they say, you know how I feel.
Okay,
Yeah.
bro. Any family quotes, scriptures, words of wisdom that you hang your hat on that you'd like to share? It could be biblical. It could be something your mom or dad always said. It could be you could have had a drunk uncle, like, if you play basketball when it's snowing outside, you're gonna catch death pneumonia. You know how they had stuff like that. And you're like, what is this guy talking about? Right? Anything like that? Yeah, everybody had a drunk uncle.
Yeah, we do.
Dropping jewels too, you know. If you pull your stick, if you pull the gun out, you better use it. You know, you're like, man, I'm 8. You know what I'm saying?
I can't think of none offhand.
I know you heard them. We all got family from the country, bro. And all right, man.
What goes around comes around.
Fair enough. I did used to hear that a lot. Can you recommend a book for the self-love nation, sir?
Recommend a book.
Yes, sir.
Purpose-driven life. And there's this other interesting book. The reason why I recommend it because it's kind of like off the beaten path. It's called Born to Run. And it's about starts out talking about this tribe in Mexico who like run these ultra marathons, these 100-mile marathon. They had these races or whatever. And then it goes into the history and evolution of running throughout the years, early man ran because they're either hunting or being hunted. So, you born to run, you know what I'm saying? You either chasing your meal or you somebody else's meal. And then it just talks about running over the years, and how this whole phenomenon with shoes is a relatively new thing when you think about the timeline of man, and a lot of the foot problems that we have today can be attributed to wearing shoes, because naturally your feet, gets the strength when it's walking around, and you have your arch that provides that natural balance or cushion or whatever. So you start wearing shoes, your arches don't develop properly, and people have all these foot issues, So it was interesting in that aspect, and then how like companies like Nike or whatever, some of the early shoes probably did more damage than good. So just interesting book, Born to Run.
Okay, it's a foot and shoe tech. All right. Recommend a black-owned restaurant. It could be anywhere from Brooklyn to Chicago to LA. A black-owned restaurant, sir. We like to eat. Lord knows that's one thing we'll invest. We like to say everything's invested. I'm about to go invest in me a sandwich. That's not an investment. You're going to buy a sandwich,
There's a spot. I'm trying to look up the name real quick.
What kind of sandwich you invest in?
I'm gonna divest in the sandwich.
You investing in some cheese?
Zaka. I want to say Zaka. Z-A-C-A.
Is that sounds vegan? Is it a vegan?
No, it's not a vegan spot. Zaka Cafe is not vegan. They sell a lot of vegetarian dishes though. But
what city?
It's in Brooklyn.
Okay.
That's not Brooklyn, not far from me. Walking distance, whatever. I forget where they're from, man. I've been meaning to ask them that. They're from Africa. I'm not sure which country, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But
what do you get from there? Is it Ethiopian food?
No, it's not Ethiopian. Y'all Google it. Z-A-C-A Cafe, Brooklyn. Marcus Garvey Avenue. What I normally get, they got this chili glazed salmon with this sauteed kale. Well, you can pick two sides. My two sides, I normally pick the sauteed kale and roasted vegetables. Good.
You just made me hungry. You just managed to make me hungry. All right. Well, Self is he's Googling it. And we're gonna get that information, and maybe even if we can get a link, we can drop it in the chat, because we do want to recycle our money. We want to be about it twice as much as we talk about it. All right, so we're gonna jump into the quick hits, bro. These are yes, no, as much as we want to go into it, because but they're yes, no, bro. We like to leave them one more. So here we go.
Okay.
Is there a God? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no? Have you seen anything supernatural, meaning like an apparition, a spirit, angelic, demonic, or felt anything?
Yes.
Yes or no? Have you ever seen an unidentified flying object?
No.
Yes or no? Have you ever seen an alien from another world?
No, not that I know of.
Yes or no? Did human, okay, do the moonwalk during the Apollo program? Did the human walk on the moon? Wow. I think we've only had one yes to that, Self. I think we've only had one yes to that. That's crazy.
I think it's twice too, but
You
it's
might be
very
right.
rare.
It's very rare. Yeah, I've looked it up, and they said black people don't believe it. They like to say we don't believe stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. I guess we don't have the mental sophistication to believe that they can get 250,000 miles away, and you know what I mean. And then I got to charge up my electric car for 8 hours. But okay.
Zaka Cafe.
Yeah. Cut
420.
your camera on here, fella. What's going on?
I'm trying to read so I can get the.
All right, I'll cut it
It's
on.
very small. Hold on.
All right, you don't want it on. All right, go ahead.
420 Marcus Garvey Boulevard, Brooklyn, New York. So,
It says anything about the cuisine, Self?
Check out the menu.
let me look at the menu.
Let me pull it up myself.
Yeah, normally it'll say something like,
right,
what type of restaurant it is.
Let me go to the website.
Well, you guys, you did your research, everybody. Y'all got the gist of it. If you're ever in Brooklyn, check them out. Brother, EP, anything that we have not covered, because we're going to play a game. It's called the Game Name Game, and it takes 10 minutes. It's real fun. So before we play the game, is there anything that we haven't covered that you wanted to discuss? And keep in mind, though, and this could be seen into perpetuity. Who knows, man? Like I said, man, a family member could pull this up 400 years from now.
Well, you think about that. It's French and American cuisine.
Okay. That sounds delicious. Black French. They must be Moroccans or something.
Moroccans or Senegalese or something.
Yeah. French had dealings in a lot of Africa.
Nah, man, I'm not in my deep mood right now. I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything right now, man. We're gonna have to do this again in the future. We'd love to come back.
Most definitely.
And like I said, what goes around comes around. Stay positive, keep pushing forward, be fearless. And, I need to take my own advice as well. So just sharing that. Yeah. I can do some shout outs. We can do shout outs later.
Yeah, hold on to the shout outs.
Okay.
We're going to play the game. But Dude White said, hey, but that paper from a college or university helps. He must be behind. But he said he's had 3 professional careers in his lifetime, not because of my actual major, but because I had that paper with the major. I hear you, dude. That paper does not hurt. That's for damn sure. That paper does not help. Unknown Ain't Known said, do a monkey dance. I don't know if this is some sort of troll. I think we have a troll here. I don't know. But do a monkey dance. All right. Mr. Thump said 18 naked cowboys. All right, you guys. We got to block Mr.
Here.
Well, don't block Mr. Thump, but erase that. All right. Come on, you guys with the blue things. You guys are just sitting around. All right, here we go. You guys have the power to, erase that stuff. All right, Tashika Townsend said, record your elder speaking. Yes, Tashika. Exactly. Yes, we have that plan.
You know what, man? Yo.
For my mom.
Speaking on that, man, we were down in Pine Bluff, Arkansas for family reunion. Small little college down there, black college, University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff. And it was giving us a little tour. They got like a little museum or whatever. And the sister there was saying one of her relatives that recently passed. And I think she said she had the voice. I don't know if it was a mom or somebody, but anyway, one of her relatives recently passed, and she had the only thing she had was some voice messages that were left by this person. I guess untimely death, whatever. So she was telling us to make sure you get your relatives. Like right now, you can use your phone as a camera on video. So while I was down there, and every time I went down there since, man, I would record. My grandmother's down there now. Was down there. She just passed away in this March, whatever. Untimely death, whatever. Shout out to my grandmother, Johnny V, 96 years old. But anyway, I have video of her, from the visits.
Okay.
So I implore everybody, when you're around your loved ones, man, especially the elderly, man, pull out that video, man, get them on video. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You always had a memory forever, So that's my tip to everybody. Thanks, sis, for bringing that up. Guess that was a good one.
Facts. Hey, all right. So we got some more questions here. All right. That was it. So let me get into the name game here. Let me get into the name game. Let's see here. I got to get my timer going here, bro.
Oh, we got a timer. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we got the timer going. And you Blue Jackets, earn y'all money, man. Block these people. Do what y'all got to do. Do something.
Man.
Just, man. Just got to damn. Some things should be
We got
intuitive.
clothes in here?
Hold on. Let me get to this.
Yo. Who's that? Where the haters coming from?
Yeah, we got the haters.
Wow.
It's called penis envy. They have the small penises, and so
it's crazy.
They hate on the original man. So
this is crazy, man.
All right. So now, EP.
Yes,
are
sir.
you familiar with a rapper? He goes by the game.
Faintly.
He's from Compton.
Valley, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he fancies himself a rapper. Now, in a lot of his music, maybe it's just me, okay? The game is dropping names. A lot of his songs, he'll be like, I think I've heard your name once. You know what I mean? And E. George Perry, I'm like, man, this guy digs deep. I've heard my name. You know what I mean? Yeah. So now we got the name game fashioned after the game because he's a name dropper. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw you some clues. Okay. All you need to do is guess the name that we're looking for. Now, you're going to get more points as we come along. They're going to be worth more as we go along, but for the most part, you should be able to manage through them because all of these questions have been tailored towards you. All right? So the easier ones are in the beginning. Here we go.
Okay.
The name game. And there are no penalties for wrong guesses. Here we go.
Got it.
All right. His nickname is the Chief. The nickname is the Chief.
The Chief.
Well.
They from Chicago? They from anywhere?
I'd say Champaign, from Champaign, Urbana. Nickname the Chief.
The Chief. You're not talking about Chief Alana, are you?
Ding, 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 ding. We got Chief Alana, Weck. Yes, that's right. All right. Here we go. Small ups to the Chief. He's been banned. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. This is free clue self. This is a place. This was a well-known eatery on Illini's campus near the Six Pack.
The Orange.
Ding, ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding. All right, this is the last one in the first series, and I promise you they're going to get a little more difficult than those, all right? They're going to get a little more difficult, all right? Here we go. Where is it? Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, here we go. This, no free clue. famous basketball player number 25?
Famous basketball player number 25.
From Chicago is a free clue.
From Chicago.
Famous basketball player number 25. Next clue.
Dead or alive? Because a lot of people want his number, because I'm gonna say the original was Benji Wilson.
There you go. There are no penalties for bad guess, but you are right. That is right. Benji Wilson. You are correct. All right, here we go. So now we come into these are gonna get a little more difficult, bro, but they're worth more points. These are gonna be worth 9 points. These are gonna be worth, you can get a total of 9 points for these. Here we go.
One for some for this, or this is bragging rights.
Yeah, these are bragging rights. We match your score against everyone else. The highest that we've tallied was 255, but we haven't tallied a bunch after that. So I have to get on my game and let you guys know. But we will let you guys know.
Okay.
Now, here we go. We're checking your Chicago limit here. All right, your Chicago entity. You know, you can get deported from Chicago if you can't answer these questions. That's the point of this game. All right, Here we go. All right, this person is from Chicago. That's a free clue. This well-known Chicagoan has a daughter named Malia.
Ali. Ali.
Malia. M-A-L-I-A. Mother of Malia. Next, this silverback is a graduate of Whitney Young High School and Harvard.
You want the mother or who? Michelle Obama.
That's right, and her daughter is Malia Obama, and you got that right. So Self, that was a second clue. So that was a 7-pointer. Good job, bro.
We're to the next level. We had 3 9s. We're at 12, right?
Hey, y'all Google Muhammad Ali's kids. I almost want to say he had a daughter named Malia as well. I could be wrong.
Yeah, one of the twins. Yeah.
Right. So we're at 12, or we still at 9?
If it's the third tier, then yes. Let me count the remaining. Hold on.
No, that's the fourth question.
Let me count the remaining because that'll tell me.
Pause the timer.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, okay. So he was a second clue. So what is that?
So there's 9 left. How can there be 9 questions left? I've asked him 1, 2, 3. I've asked him 4 questions.
I've only got 3. No, you're right. This is the 4th question. Pardon me. I'm trying to get the scoring for it.
All right, which means these are the 9 pointers, and he had 2 clues, so that was 7. Right?
You're right.
All right, here we go.
I'm out of pocket.
It's all right. All right, you ready? All right, here we go. Here we go, E. All right. Okay, free clue. This person is well known in the city of Chicago. This historical silverback is well known in the city of Chicago. First clue. His first name, there's a very famous chicken franchise on the south side of Chicago matching this person's first name.
Harold Washington.
Ding, 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 ding. He got that. That's a full 9-pointer, Noopy. Here we go. Here we go. Free clue. this individual, we use a quote of the day today, and this individual was the person behind the quote. Here we go. That was a free clue. Number 34.
Walter Payton.
Ding, 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 ding. Sweetness. All right, Self, let me count the remaining. So we got 3, 6, 7. Okay, so now we're going up. These should be the next segment. And I believe these are the 12 pointers, bro. These are the 12 pointers. All right, these are going to start getting a little bit more difficult here. And be ready in the chat. He gets the phone to chat once if he runs into trouble. And, you know, we anticipate that. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, here we go. So far, his Chicago litany, I would not deport him out to the south suburbs. Here we go. I'm moving out to Harvey. Out to Harvey. Get out the neighborhood. Get out the community. Shangri-La die out in Harvey. Ain't no roaches in Harvey. All right, here we go. All right. All right. Well-known, infamous, notorious Chicagoan. Well-known, historic, notorious Chicagoan. That's your free clue. Here we go. Scarface, also known as Scarface.
Al Capone.
That is correct. That would be Al Capone. And we would have taken Scarface as well. Of course, we use that as a clue. So, you know, we're going to be able to take that. All right. All right, bro. Here we go. As I promised, they are going to get more difficult. They are. Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, Self. So he's into. All right, here we go. Free clue. This person is not from Chicago. This silverback is not from Chicago. That's your free clue. Okay. This silverback is a notorious name dropper. This silverback is not from Chicago.
The game.
Who'd you say?
The game. You mentioned the game.
Ding, 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 ding. We heard the game. It's a game, game. I don't know his real name, but we don't know his government name, but I'm not going to be
Game works.
Yeah, the game works. And big ups to the game. Again, big ups.
Get a non-Chicago dude in the mix.
What's that, bro?
I said, how come you got a non-Chicago dude in the mix?
Well, we got to keep you on your toes. Got to keep you on your toes. All right, here we go. Okay. Free clue. If you're from Chicago on the south side, you know this guy's name if you were born before 2000. Okay, here we go. This silverback was said to be the founder of the El Rukins. The founder
of the El Rukins. Jeff Ford.
Well, we were looking for Jeff Ford there. Ding, 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 ding. We were looking for Jeff Ford. He mentioned the temple earlier, and
Yep.
Yeah, you guys do your history.
We know this one.
Yeah, I knew he knew that one. Lived over there. Oh yeah, he knew that one. Oh yeah, he probably used to see the brothers, them grown men, boy, holding down the community. What you doing over there? Get over there. Y'all see these shorties over there? Stop smoking that around these shorties.
Man, on this side of Cottage Grove, you have folks. On this side, you have peoples.
Facts. And that's where they stayed, on their side. All right, here we go. Well, pretty much. All right, so we got this. All right, so now we're into the final questions. So you got 4 questions, man. These are worth 16 each. The 4th question is the money ball. That's worth 32. Here we go.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's see how you got it. All right. Fair enough. This person is not from Chicago. However, if you are claiming a Hyde Park area or Kenwood Academy or anything, and you were born anywhere from the 70s to the 80s, you should know this person's name, or you should be deported out to Tinley Park. Here we go. To many house music historians, this Silverback is considered the godfather of house music.
Frankie Knuckles.
Next clue. The Music Box.
Now, see, my heart was gonna say Hardy.
Who'd you say?
Hardy, Ron Hardy.
Ding, 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 ding. It's debatable on who.
He's the people's champ, but I want to say you might be right.
It's debatable. We don't debate you on the E. George show. It's debatable. We've had a lot of house people.
People call Frankie the godfather of house music. However, like I said, Ron Hardy, it's the people's choice. That's my personal favorite.
Don't get yourself deported off the South Side.
So what's that? That was 2 clues.
That was the second one. I should have went.
Yeah. So it's 14 points. No, but you weren't wrong. It was the best. Why I said many. It's debatable, but Self Love and I, we've been doing a house music series, and we think most folks from our era, they're gonna say they've been saying Ron Hardy, but again, they won't argue me down. A couple of them have said Frankie, so I don't think you were wrong in that. It's tricky, but that's why it's towards the end.
If you say the wrong, if we don't say ding 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 ding, say something else.
Yeah. If you don't get ding ding ding,
keep.
If the timer's still moving, keep throwing out guess. Yeah, here we go. Yeah,
Got you.
All right, here we go. We're down to 2 more, and then the money ball. Sorry about that. That's the game. Big ups. Okay, here we go. This individual is not from Chicago. That's your free clue. This Silverback played Darth Vader in the Star Wars franchise.
Earl Jones.
Who did he say? I didn't hear him. I was talking.
James Earl Jones.
Ding, 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 ding. We got James Earl Jones. All right.
Technically,
he was the voice.
He's the voice. Somebody else wore the costume, but he's the voice. Yeah. They didn't like the original dude voice, so they brought James in later to do
correct.
The
They just didn't want to give him all the money he deserved. Found a way to let somebody get. They paid the stand-in, all the money.
You can't see this, man. I just typed in the Godfather of House, and Frankie Knuckles came up.
Hey, listen, we won't debate you on your show. I'm telling you that Self Love and I, we probably started the journey.
And that's the public perception. It's not my favorite. I'm Ron Hardy all day.
And that's why we unpack. That's why we talked to Chicago people who were there.
Yeah.
Not for them to say what Wikipedia put out there.
Yeah.
Not for them to say what Google put out there. Any nonsense. We want real Chicago people to say, you know what I mean, to speak the history. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. Okay.
We've had those people there, history, and we have some coming up soon, as a matter of fact, on that same history. That's right.
We got Ron Hardy. We got Ron Hardy's promoter. Yeah. It's gonna be in the building. All right, so here we go, bro. This is your next to last one. Free clue. I believe he's from the Dirty South. I'm pretty sure he's from the Dirty South. But I would venture to say, if you're from the greater Chicago area and you don't know this person's name, they're going to deport you and they're going to take you all the way out to Aurora. So here we go. Out in Aurora, man, they got nice cribs out there. Out in Aurora, the schools, man. Yeah, you're bringing all your roaches and your shit with you, and it's going to be shit. Stop running from your communities. I digress. Here we go. This silverback is believed to be the founder of the Growth and Development Movement. Growth
Chicago? You say he's not from Chicago?
and Development Movement.
Well, I know the answer. The answer is Hoover, Larry Hoover.
Yeah, I believe he was part of, well, ding, ding, ding. I believe he was part of the migration. I believe he was part of the migration. Now, don't quote me, but I believe he came up here, you know, on the migration.
I don't know. I mean, you could be right. I mean,
I'm not sure. I believe, though, he migrated, you know. That was the time.
I don't think he was born here, but
yeah,
he came here early.
He could have been born here, though, but that was the time, and I believe a lot of them were migrating.
I thought I saw something that said
he was from Alabama or something, so?
Yeah, he was from down south.
Yeah.
And then came here. But I don't know laws and nothing about that. So
yeah, me either. So
right.
We got something going on here, some spooks. But okay. But we're down to the last one, bro. This is the money ball. We got the money ball right here, bro. All right. 1 second. All right, there we go. All right. This is the money ball, bro. This one's worth 36 points.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
No free clues, Self. None. Okay. This silverback is said to be the first to establish an extensive and prosperous trading settlement on the Chicago River.
Jean Point Baptiste. You Saba!
We don't have to. Self, I don't think we're going to deport him to Aurora. No?
Nah, not at all.
Yeah. I think he's still got his Chi-Town. He ain't lost everything out there since he moved out on the right coast.
No.
Man, I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but y'all need to stop playing, man, and go ahead and rename Lakeshore Drive, man. Give it up, man. I know everybody's used to the name Lakeshore Drive, but man, you can't give a more befitting honor to the guy who founded the damn city. It's a shame he doesn't have more. There isn't more to show for that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great idea, bro.
It is, man. That's something we need to embark on, because
talk to all the program pushers we know, Self.
Yeah,
to
we need to
work their way up there in the
that.
demon crats. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, rename it, because what's going to happen is 10 years from now,
it's going to be gentrified.
Somebody can propose, let's rename Lakeshore Drive Daily Drive. And
Donald Trump Drive.
People seriously going to consider that.
Yeah, because it'll be their neighborhood. That's a good point, man. I thought the LSD stood for Lord, Stones, and Disciples all these years when I've been driving down there.
That's what we was taught before that.
Yeah. Yeah, LSD.
Hey,
like, boy, you better be driving up down LSD.
You like what?
Yeah. Remember they had those payphones out there? They had those payphones out there for a reason.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, payphone.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I got a flat. Hurry up. They know I'm out here bad because I'm on this phone.
And then you get to college and somebody talking about giving you some LSD. You be like, what? No, I don't want that, because it's, that could lead to problems.
Always gonna lead to problems. Always gonna lead to problems. So we did the game though, bro. I know Tori sent me this, but yeah, now we're at the point. Do you want to throw out any big ups or shout outs, as we say? Now we're at that point.
Shout outs, yeah, man. I won't even name it. I'm scared to name individuals right now. We got all these fucking trolls in the
trolls
chat.
get holes, by the way. Small ups to the trolls, and thanks for your support to the trolls. You know what I mean? The algorithm likes you guys too. You know what I mean?
They do.
Yeah. All right, but go ahead, bro.
Fam,
I hear you.
Sorry, everybody in the chat. I don't want to name nobody. Don't be attacked or hacked by trolls. Chi-Town, of course, South Side. Everybody from Kenwood, High Park neighborhoods. Drexel, Ingleside, what's
Yes,
up? What's
sir.
up?
In the
And
building.
yeah, Inglewood as well. I didn't mention that high school, I had moved over to like Michigan, 55th Michigan, 57 Calumet, all over that area. But anyway, yeah, just shout out to Chicago, man. My First Baptist family, First Baptist Church of Chicago, big ups, Beasley, Academic Center, big ups,
Sure.
Kenwood, what up, Broncos, big ups, U of I, Illini Nation, stand up, the Bros, make it stop 5, my Sands, what up, team, Bros, who else? Columbia College, Chicago,
Yes, sir.
Kuma. I started the music organization. I was there, man. Columbia's Urban
Yes,
Music
sir.
Association, Kuma. I actually started with one of you guys,
Yakira.
frat, this dude named James McDowell, called him June. He was a new from Howard, but shout out to June. I said I wasn't gonna name names. I won't even get trolled now, whatever. Man,
Trolls get
Brooklyn,
hoes,
shout out to Brooklyn. I haven't been over in a while, but Emmanuel Baptist, Sacred Arts Ministry, Acts, the drama ministry, the Frontliners, the men's ministry, ATH, American Theater Harlem, what up? American Candy, sketch comedy, what up, what up, what up? New Voices
Big
of Black
ups,
Cinema.
big ups.
What's up, big ups? Team Fierce, what's up? Group of ladies that hold me down. Man, who else? Who else? Rock the Bells, Mother Sketch Comedy Crew. Sorry if I'm forgetting anybody. I don't want to name individuals because we got trolls in our midst or whatever. So, you know, to protect the innocent. Yeah, man, I just want to shout out, give appreciation to everybody who's held me down in Chicago and in Brooklyn. The work is not over, you know. Expect more from your boy. You know, feel free to get at me. If you got work, get at me. If you just want to shout me out, get at me. Want to give a word of encouragement, get at me. If I can give a word of encouragement, get at me. I'm always open to talking, sharing, collaborating, or whatever. So let's all just push and elevate each other, man. And yo, shout out to TATN. This ain't that news, man. Man, Mills, Tory, thanks, man. We go way back, and you know, it's good to reconnect with you guys, man, because we haven't really like connected on this level, you know what I'm saying, until recently, man. So it feels like, you know, like, man, like I just saw y'all like, you know, a minute ago in the yard or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me, man.
Right.
And this was like, felt so easy, just this whole interview, man. And y'all was hitting me with questions too, like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn. But you know, it felt like we just having a conversation, man. So, you know, I appreciate you all's style of interviewing, man. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. Like, you know, it's a dope format, man, dope platform, you know what I'm saying? So, man, you know, I'm blessed to be here, man. Thanks for inviting me, man. You know, when y'all first asked me, I'm like, man, nobody want to hear me, man. Like,
like, no, we already knew because we see in the threads, we had a reunion, and man, we recognize, you know,
and the trolls came. Now they're not following you. They're not following you. I'm just saying, you know, me and Self Love's been saying it. And thank you, trolls. That's the sign that now we're about to You mad. The trolls are mad.
You
Look
mad.
at that. They butt hurt.
Right.
So, hey, man,
mad, ain't you? I might have to add that to the promo. You mad, ain't you?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right.
It's too funny, bro.
Hey, but EP, man, thank you very much, sir, for doing this. Man, really, we really appreciate that. And y'all was always solid guys, as you know, man, on the yard, man. Like with the cues on our yard, man, there was always, you know, love between us, you know, and our time there, man. That was always good, man. And man, much respect, and I hope and pray, you know, it was always mutual, you know. I don't want to drop names.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, man, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate
Thank
you
you,
doing
man.
this, man.
Thank you, man. This is beautiful.
Yeah, well, kick nobody out, but
Yeah, we would plug you again, but we got the trolls. We want to make them work a little bit, get us some more view time. You know what I mean? Watch the video if you want information, trolls.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. And you guys
What's
don't.
wrong with people, man? I don't get it, man. Like,
They got nothing better to do. But don't block the trolls, y'all. Put them on shadow so they think they're doing stuff. I'll talk to y'all about it, and then we get the views and everything from them. Yeah, and they think they're typing and they think everybody can see it, but nobody can.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we're gonna do to you trolls.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all right, EP, man. Much love, bro.
thank you, man. And yeah, man. We talk often, so I'm around, man. Y'all get at me, man. Y'all need anything? Y'all know how to get me.
Yes, sir. And this is your platform, man. We appreciate you joining the Give Back gang.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Gang, gang.
Pleasure's all mine.
Man, gang, gang. Yeah. Thanks, Sount Side. Exceeded your expectations?
Always, bro. I knew it was because I knew your line of questioning was going to take him there. Because he does more than he recognizes to me. You know what I mean?
Always been humble. He's always been
Yes.
humble.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah. So, man, I knew it was going to be a great experience.
Facts. Facts. And then one thing I do want to throw at you all. Tomorrow we got
Mouthpiece included.
Yes. So we got that mouthpiece included. That's going to be jumping off tomorrow. So we're doing the impact of professional sports, what it does to the urban or the black or the foundational black Americans. You know, the ones that everybody hates on because they have penis envy. All right. So for the trolls and anyone else out there, we'll be back here tomorrow. That'll be 9 p.m. Central Time right here on TATN, where we're doing mouthpiece included. And guard your grill, okay? Knuckle up, and don't forget to bring your mouthpiece because we're going to have more of this content for the trolls and also for the nation.
Come back and see us tomorrow.
That is correct. So also yeah, Self Love. Great show today. I'll just put my bun on it before I throw it to you. Very humble brother. I thought that he was very introspective. He shot, straight from the hip. Yeah. And brought it to the nation the way that we can expect it. So now that's gonna bring me to my personal favorite part of this whole thing, and that's gonna be Tory Wordsmith's final words. And trolls get holes round. Yep.
Yes, sir. We had an extraordinary conversation. Deeper exploration of a very humble soul and spirit. He's gonna grow and show something he didn't even know he could come near it. Great brother. But then the trolls came. Thank you, because you affirmed our way into the game. Appreciate you. Say Hassan raid. Really though? But we're gonna continue to vibrate love. No matter you troll or act like your negativity is above. Keep on with your fear driven. It's cap. Love beats it every time, every second that I'm living. Transition and come join the nation or continue in your hateration. That's all it means is you're a fan of what you don't like. Listen in. Get a bite. Because all you haters are out of sight and out of mind, out of rhythm and out of time. Because I vibrate love at all times. That's why my spirit shines. That's why we're here doing the Self Love Show. Ain't no hate, no debate. We let our people show a higher depiction of what has been. All you haters, come on, listen in to a different spin of what you've been told. So many BS stories been told. But we're here to change all that. Bring us back to the excellence chase. Get over being put down and debased. We gotta heal. We gotta make our way